Hail and well met. Welcome to Book 2, Chapter 11 of the Westgate Irregulars campaign. I am Erik Scott the DM of this campaign. For the second week, we're having Alexander Pitchford playing Shay. You may know her from the chat. She's one of our mods, and she is pinch hitting in this adventure. And so tell us about Shay, Allie.
All right, hi. As said, I'm Alexander Pitchford, aka Shay Darksong. Shay is the chaos gremlin that lives in everybody's basements.
Excellent. And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga, and I play Cecilia, who's definitely not a warlock. I'm going to tell you real quick about our sponsor. Untitled Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, which includes Frida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels saga. And just as a little tease, I'm going to have to change this next week. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. If you type in the command at the bottom of the screen, you will get a code for an Electrum chest that you can use in the game. Type it in, hang around, let us know what you get if it's something cool and shiny. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can get more information at idlechampions.com.
Hey, sorry. I'm newly vaccinated, so I'm not on my game tonight, but I am Rhiannon Held. I write urban fantasy is Rhiannon Held, and space opera is RZ Held. I play Artemisia, half-elf sorcerer who likes lightning. That is all I need to say. Good. Okay.
Good. Perfect. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Hi, I'm Yang Wang. I'm a writer and filmmaker, and I'm playing Stong Macguck, a half-orc bard. I want to tell you a little bit about the giveaway that we're doing today. So if you look to right next to Erik Scott DeBee's lovely face over in that corner, there's a little picture.
Wait, where is that?
You're looking the right direction.
Oh.
So, yeah, there are 2 D20 there. Type in !enter if you want a chance at winning one of those jumbo D20.
I hear.
Yes, indeedly. If you are the winner, I will notify you by message, and we will get that shipped out to you. Entry is free.
Sweet.
I'm Stephen Merlino, writer and teacher, and I play arcane trickster named Scourge.
And I'm Randy Henderson, author, and I play dwarven cleric Rogar Battlebear, cleric of life and love.
Fantastic. All right. So you saw the recap, and we had a written recap, we had a video recap, and we also have Shay's journal, which I'm hoping that people are reading because that is very important for following this convoluted campaign that we find ourselves in. So,
Erik, could you give us a recap of the recap?
Well, Shay wrote it and then passed it on to Allie, and then Allie passed it on to Randy, and then Randy had some notes, and then they had a conversation, and I popped in and said, hey, this is pretty good, and then Randy said, I agree, and then he didn't post it online until like really recently, something like that. Anyway, that's the recap of the previous session. There you go. So today's session starts on a small group of travelers making their way through a mountain pass. And these 3 are eminently recognizable as Rogar Battlebairn, Cecilia, the not warlock, and Sarshan. They are making their way toward the Sunset Mantle, an onsen in the mountains, because Sarshan is sniffing at the air, and he is certain that this is the correct path.
And I set us off in this direction. I want to claim credit for that because initially Stong turned me into, you cannot see it. Oh, I'm so sad.
Stong turned you invisible.
Oh, a cow comes from the miasma.
A Highland cow. I love these things. I don't know if you can. Oh, where is it? No,
we
I'm
left
so sad.
looking for Ruan,
Right.
Rogar's boyfriend, Cecilia's and Artemisia's half brother.
So a red wolf
And I'm
appears.
assuming we did not find him if we're still walking up a mountain.
Not yet. So a red wolf appears, followed by another wolf who looks like...
Is that me?
Yeah.
Okay. So Cecilia is actually coy wolf, so half coyote, half wolf, and she's kind of patchy gray and rust-colored, smaller.
Okay. Followed by this
No, I'm
very
not longer.
fluffy mountain cow.
You think it's worn off by now?
Yeah, it's worn off. That's how I started.
All
off.
right.
Did you know
Which
cows can
also-
smell for 6 miles? It's true. Sorry, go ahead.
I have been within 6 miles of a cow. Yes, I know they smell from 6 miles.
I do feel like if Rogar can't be a cow anymore, Cecilia might be inclined to not be a wolf, so he's not by himself.
Okay. All right. Sarshan has turned into a wolf and he's bounded ahead and he's sniffing out the trail. He is certain that this is the right way, leaving Cecilia and Rogar alone. The sun is setting over the mountains in the distance, and it's rather lovely with all of the colors filtering through. But you can see the darkness starting to encroach upon the world around the sun.
Have we basically just been chasing Ruan's trail? Do we find anything?
Yeah, you've been on his trail. What Sarshan assured you was his trail, following his scent.
Mm-hmm.
Sarshan explained as best he can with his mighty 9 intelligence that Ruan has a particular scent, whatever animal he takes the form of. And so he is following that scent, and it led first, it was going toward the Giants Run Mountains, which is where you are now. And possibly it was headed all the way back toward the Dwarven outpost. But earlier today, Sarshan found another fresher trail with the same scent going up toward that little dip valley in the mountains where you remember the hot springs being. And so that is where that's the direction he's leading you in now.
Right.
You have not encountered Ruin yet, but Sarshan assures you that he is either there or he's very recently passed this way within the last couple of days.
I feel like we've already heard this several times. He's right. We're gonna find him in a minute.
All right.
Okay. So we're making for the mountains. I think at this point Cecilia is wearing her witch mask, the full painted wooden mask that she's got. She's worked up a little, but thinking she's hiding it pretty good.
Rogar's walking, and he's staying close to Cecilia because he remembers last time we were here, we got attacked by a couple of bullets, and then she banished them, and that was the only reason we survived. So he's staying close to Cecilia.
If all else fails, she can just banish the two of you.
Aye.
That's a great little escape maneuver. All right. Okay, so you're headed up the trail. The trip has been unusually quiet, I'm guessing. It seems like both of you are occupied with your own stuff that's going on.
Yeah, his boyfriend might be some kind of a traitor.
Your brother might be some kind of
my brother might be both ways. That's not great. My boyfriend's apparently looping through time, and what the hell does that mean? So I can believe that we're both. I mean, I don't know. If you want to talk, I think Cecilia will listen, because there's an overlap here. If Ruan is running off and doing clandestine sneaky things and not telling you, I think that's pretty sketchy. Also, there was the whole thing about Sarshan being concerned Ruan was going to hurt me. And I don't know if that's because his brain keeps melting or if that's actually something we should be concerned about. But I also think Cecilia wouldn't put that on Rogar.
Has Rogar told Cecilia about the whole Ruin might be a danger to her thing?
Oh, I thought you had at the end of the episode.
I think
Did he say Ruan was dangerous?
I don't recall that. I'm just asking. I'm not saying please decide this now. I'm asking for my own clarification.
I think so. I think that's the reason that Cecilia and Sarshan came with me, is because Cecilia was concerned.
Because also I saw Sarshan tackle Ruan in that vision, in that other version of the past.
That's true.
Oh.
So.
Which did not go well for him.
So Rogar's kind of torn because, like, on the one hand, he's like, he wants to like be like nurture the fact that Cecilia is starting to engage in relationships and starting to trust a little bit, and so he doesn't want to like, he feels like he doesn't want to bring his problems to her, his relationship problems to her, and like, so he's probably stoically just like bottling it up.
All right.
So typically Rogar, like, just
So we have
Chad
not
just
been
redeemed,
talking, and we're chasing Ruan, and now we're
Aye.
at the onsen.
Right.
aye.
Yep, you can see the buildings. Okay, the path opens up into a clearing among some continuing mountain peaks, and you can see a series of buildings, wooden buildings, fairly humble in size and shape. They are lifted up on poles off the ground slightly, and they have a very Shao sort of architectural style. Since you've been living in Westgate for some time, you recognize it very clearly as something you would expect to see in the East End. If we go to Roll20, there's a big map, and I'll leave that up to Yang Yang when he wants to do that magic. There are a couple of stables out in front of the onsen where laborers are laboring. They seem to be tending to some horses, and at the moment, it is fairly late at night. You're arriving, excuse me. By the time you get up to the onsen, it is almost midnight, and the laborers are, just extinguishing the last of the torches. And one of them looks up, startled to see you. Oh, travelers! Well, welcome.
Hi, we're looking for someone.
Oh, of course.
You seen an elf about this high, silver hair. He might not be an elf. He might be an animal. Where's Sarshan?
Real handsome druid type.
Sarshan is standing next to Cecilia, and you see that he is. He looks down at himself as though to make sure he's wearing a shirt. Ha. Yes.
Is he here?
This area does smell like him. I suspect he's here.
Now, using my meta knowledge, does Sarshan smell everybody else here? Because we don't know they came here, but
Yeah, you don't know that they came here.
but presumably Sarshan can smell everybody else.
If he does, he hasn't mentioned it.
Sarshan. All right.
Rogar is starting to, like, he's looking around and he's like, why is Ruin at a spa?
Would you like me to go look for him? He might be in hiding somewhere as an animal.
Well, the guy we talked to, is he just standing there like, or is he like, oh yes, Master Ruan is in room 21.
He looks like no, I haven't seen anyone like that.
Okay, thanks. We'll help ourselves. I don't think Cecilia is going to stand on what she's supposed to be doing when she comes to a spa.
Okay.
She's going to just march in. Because she's been running all over the countryside looking for Ruan.
Excellent. Sarshan says, it would probably be more efficient if I were a wolf to smell him out. Shall I go and look?
I mean, I feel like people are going to start screaming if you're a wolf, but I also would like to find Ruan because I'm getting more annoyed with him by the minute.
All right. Well, I'm going to go amongst the trees before I turn into a wolf. Apparently, it is a little bit startling when I turn into a wolf in front of people.
I feel like it's not going to be less startling to have a wolf running around in the spa. So, whatever makes you comfortable.
All right. Well, I shall go look. And then he heads off to the north toward the trees.
Can we just start walking around looking? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was always curious, like, can Sarshan just change his nose to like a wolf nose on his face, or is it all or nothing? Is it like...
I feel like that would take a level of concentration he's not normally capable of.
You have never
very motivated.
You have never seen him in a hybrid form.
Okay. All right.
He's only ever turned into either an elf or a wolf.
Okay. Just curious. All right.
All right. He disappears amongst the trees.
Has Ron ever talked to you about our mom? Out of curiosity?
No. Other than, well, he mentioned that you shared a mother, and he was sad the way things turned out, I think. But
Okay.
So I'm just going to move you a little bit closer to the entrance because I
Move
figure you're walking that
away.
way.
I feel inclined. I feel like Cecilia would be inclined to just start
is there something
walking into places. And unless Rogar's like, no, don't go there, she's just gonna plunge in.
Okay, Rogar's like, why? Is there something about your mother? Like, did she like spas or something? Like, what is the?
To be honest, I think there's a good chance that's what he's been gone doing. She's involved in all of this, yes, and I don't particularly want to run into her.
Spending spa time with your mother? This is very okay.
My mother abandoned me in an enclave of wizards with my horrible father when I was 3. I haven't seen her since. I don't have a lot of wonderful feelings about my mother.
I'm sorry.
I don't even remember a lot about my mother.
I was gonna say I never even knew my mother. It's like that one. Well, I never even knew my
You know
mother.
what? That's fair. If Rogar's
No,
like,
I'm just
I
kidding.
didn't even know my mother. It's like, ooh,
I
I see you were in an orphan
But-
off.
I do not know which is worse though. Like, I do not know which is worse. I know how much it hurts to be that the Holy Mother, like, you know, is sort of apparently angry with me, and I may have disappointed her. So I guess it's a mixed bag. Like mothers, that no mother, bad mother, Marcelea mother. I don't.
Oh my god, for real.
Stepmother.
Stepmother.
Yeah,
Somewhere
Artemisia, she gets the Spear Witch, who's a terrifying monster of neglect, and she gets Marcelea, who is way too in her business and unhappy with her. Okay, is there a dude standing in this doorway as we walk up?
Yes,
Like-
there is indeed a priest who was wearing the white robes that you remember from last time, and a kind of a necklace that looks like it's made
Oh.
of red hair.
Is this the place I got stabbed?
The very same.
Oh god.
Let me just get in here,
Memories.
get out.
Yep.
What's the
He says, welcome. It must have been a long journey, but you have arrived.
we're looking for somebody.
He offers you warm, damp towels.
Okay,
Oh,
Cecilia's
thanks.
not in a spa mood.
Rogar wipes his beard, gets the dust off his beard, and then he like kind of tries to stuff it in there and wipe his armpits and under the mithril armor there and the joints.
Right. The priest says, you seem to have arrived with some purpose. How may I help you?
We're looking for someone?
A particular someone.
Yes. We're looking for a man, an elf man, about this tall. He's got silver hair.
Very
Turns
handsome.
into an animal.
Oh,
Doesn't like to answer questions directly.
Like very hot, handsome, and a druid type.
I see. I shall consult the other priests to see if anyone has seen such a person. In the meantime, please relax and rest. Lay down your burdens.
Nope.
Is there someplace we can get some some food? I'm
Well,
hungry.
there-
I don't know about you, but I'm starving.
There happens to be a revel happening
Oh.
in the communal room right now, if you wish to join.
Sounds like a place where there's food and possibly some booze. Because
And
I will make
possibly-
an exception right now and partake.
Okay.
Follow me. And he leads you down this way, up the hallway. So you go past a series of rooms that have paper walls, not actually wood walls, paper, which is drawn with elaborate designs of flowers and animals and just kind of peaceful pastoral visions of the world. And it is very late at night, so there aren't very many people still up and about. Most of the area is dark, but there are lanterns set on stones or on walkways that are casting light. Okay. And let's see. So You can see once you get out here that there's this maze of wooden bridges leading over various ponds, naturally occurring springs, some of which are obviously carved out of the stone to create specific baths. For outdoor bathing, you know that there's also indoor bathing in this building here to the northeast. You can see a few servants passing along on some of the walkways. And
also, when I was here last, I got yanked away by the Heart of the Piercing to the Endless Winter. I don't like this place. I forgot all these things.
lots of bad memories here.
Now I'm even madder at Ruan.
So the priest leads you up these steps. You can hear loud conversation and music in the room ahead of you. And then he says, yes, well, here we are. And he goes to open the door, and then he opens the door into pitch blackness, and you hear just a bunch of surprised sounds and shock. And then the blackness only lasts for about the space of 3 or 4 breaths, and then it disappears. And you see
Song.
You see Ston standing right there.
Well,
Wow,
So
hey
also-
guys.
You also see Artemisia in conversation with several extremely handsome noblemen
If
types.
she does.
You see Shay sort of dancing out there in the middle of the dance floor, or at least she would be dancing if everything had not been driven into chaos. And you see a dead body lying here near the front of the room,
Whoa.
leaking
That was
blood
not
all
there
over
a
the
moment
place.
ago.
well, Rogar will rush to assess whether it's actually dead or if he can heal it.
Cleric time.
Okay. Near as you can tell, that is a dead body. There's a human man of 55, 60 winters. He has kind of a noble bearing, as in like his beard is trimmed to a very specific point, and he has an aquiline nose, and he looks very haughty, or at least he would if he weren't, lying there like, ah.
Well, Rogar will go over to Stung and go
And
like,
he has been stabbed, and there is blood pooling around him.
That's not good.
okay.
Okay.
Rogar was going to ask Stung, is this us? Did you do this or?
Can you bring him back?
One of the noble women screams, and then there's pandemonium in the room.
All
As
right.
everyone
Ruger,
starts
can you
shouting
do the thing?
accusations
So-
against each other.
Pause real quick. So during the darkness, Stong did have true seeing. So what did he see?
Ooh.
Yeah, and Shay has some pretty serious dark vision.
I'm seeing
yeah,
that meme where it's like the DM has this cleverly thing, and then the character says, "I got this," and he's like,
No, no,
okay.
you didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Just all of a sudden, here's this person bleh, on the ground.
Cool. Well, not cool, but
So nobody saw him get stabbed, even with like dark vision involved.
Well,
So
dark
I
vision
saw
doesn't see
everything.
through magical vision.
Magical
Jesus.
darkness.
Magical darkness, right? And
Hmm.
Stong, I will have you make a perception check, though. Go ahead
Oh,
and make
okay.
a check to see if you picked up on something.
Guys, I could see it. I saw it all. What did I see?
Ooh.
Okay.
21. All right.
All right. You did, out of the corner of your eye, because you were kind of looking around confused, out of the corner of your eye, you saw the old man stand up and then abruptly fall over.
Man, guys, I saw him just stand up and then he fell over. I didn't see who stabbed him or where that knife came from. And I could see everything.
Okay, first
Oh, almost
question.
everything.
Can we bring him back? Or is it because you did that one time we were in the weird party?
If it's been, I guess, if I rush over it, it's been less than a minute. I think I can try it. I would have
Yeah,
probably
try it.
tried it.
It feels roguery.
Okay. That's.
Quick
Oh, well,
sweep of the room. Do I
okay.
see everyone?
I'll just say though
You do
that
not see Ruin in the room.
we got a bunch of jewels and stuff in that chest in the night mask thing, right?
Mhm.
Do we get a bunch of diamonds? Because
Sure.
okay.
I mean, even if we use our own, we should charge the guy if it works. Just saying.
Right.
Artemisia.
So this,
all right.
Well,
this-
he's some
this-
old noble hiding from the real work that needs to be done in Westgate.
Yeah, I
she
like
has
it.
no compunctions
No, I
about
like it.
charging him.
So this priestess
likes
who
it.
was kind of like standing near him and attending to him is now like on her knees next to him, trying to like see if she can heal him or something.
Okay. So I have two options, right? I have Revivify, which costs 300 gold pieces, or for the low price of 500 gold pieces, I can raise dead for 10 days. And do I want to waste 300 gold pieces and possibly not revivify him if it's been a minute, and then 500, or do I want to just wait do 500? But
What
then
would
have possibly
Rogar do?
Yeah, we can't
Rogar
put a
would-
value on human life.
Exactly. But just in my mind, I'm like, it's kind of funny. Like, yeah, if it's one of those campaigns where the cleric was charging everybody to heal them, it would definitely.
Okay,
All right.
well, Rogar, you get over to him and you
Aye.
start, preparing to cast a spell.
Right.
And this fellow here,
Aye.
who looks like kind of a rakish human man, he has a short beard, a little bit of stubble over his lip. He's probably in his mid-20s or something. He appears there and he's pulled out his sword and he says, "Ha! Hold you! Who are you and what are your intentions?"
My intention is to heal this poor person if you'll let me. I'm a cleric of Sharindlar.
What? What does that mean?
Artemisia's gonna sweep over if she has time to see this happening. When the darkness fell, like you can see, like when the lights come back, her hands are in the shape of like she was gonna do dispel magic, but she didn't quite get there, so she's like sort of putting her components away or whatever. And then I don't know if my really great yet not so great as I mistakenly did the math on it charisma check is still going, or if I should do another one. But
Well, you still have some clout
okay.
among these noble lordlings, as it were. So yeah, you can distract him if that's what you want to do, or just occupy him so that Rogar can do what he's doing without any interruption.
Yeah, she's basically gonna do full sweep. She's not wearing a gown, but like, full noble, chin in the air, walking over.
Okay.
And this cleric is with us. I trust him implicitly.
Oh,
You should allow him to do what he can to aid this man.
he's one of your retainers, Lady Tyrone. My apologies.
Celia's got her
No.
mask on, so nothing's showing. She's like,
Snark. Anyway.
And Rogar will say, since you asked, I will tell you all about Sharindlar, but just not right now.
is the dagger still? There's a dagger in him.
You do
I'm gonna
not
go be
see
nosy.
any weapon. Yeah, you do not see any weapon sticking out of him.
He's just got a hole in him.
Yep. It's a stab wound, clearly.
Can I make an investigation check to see if there's anything that might tell us anything while Rogar's doing his
Yes.
healing?
Yes, you may.
Scourge, I also see you have snuck up in the window, except I don't think Cecilia's seen you. So she-
Yeah, you glimpse
Wow.
Scourge's. I think you glimpse Sturge's nose poking out past the
I
window.
think if
sill.
Cecilia sees Sturge, she's gonna go, God, Sturge!
Yeah.
Which is probably why she got a 12.
All right, you got a 12? Okay, so the man has been stabbed by a small blade. You have been stabbed yourself many times, and you've
Yep.
seen others being stabbed, so you recognize the wound as probably delivered by a dagger or a short sword or a weapon like that.
Does it look like one of those leaf daggers?
It doesn't look quite that big.
Okay.
Scourge is listening carefully for the creak of feet on wood if anyone's trying to escape, by going
Okay.
from one of these doors or windows.
Make a perception check.
Oh, for fuck's sake, where is it? There it is.
That was it. That was our one.
Well, maybe mumbled it. Maybe we get like 2 mumbled ones equal.
I don't know.
one,
It depends on
like-
chat. Chat, what did you hear that Steven just said?
What did I say? Did I?
We have one precious real-life resource that we can only burn once per session because we are rated PG-13, and you have burned that resource, my friend.
Really?
Yep.
All right. Well, you did in fact observe this woman who is she's a tiefling. She has little horns coming up from her forehead. Come slipping out the door, and then she starts rapidly heading this way. She doesn't appear to have seen you, though.
Did she? How soon after the scream? And did she appear coming out that door?
Within a minute or so.
Okay, so she was milling around there, whatever, and then she left.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to just follow her, and
Okay.
I'll cast invisibility on myself and
All right.
and follow her. I want to
Okay.
listen to her, what she's saying and so forth, what she's going. If there's any blood, that would be interesting. Like if she's got a bloody weapon that's dripping on the.
I mean, when I stab people, I make sure to like not tuck the dagger away, but like carry it.
Okay.
Nobody said she's a good assassin.
Okay. She starts heading along, kind of like scurrying along the walkway around this pool,
Mhm.
and she is murmuring to herself, like making a series of noises. You can't really make out what she's saying, if she's even saying words. And you see a couple of priests coming this way, obviously drawn to the noise.
Mhm.
But they don't see you because you're invisible, right? So
Mhm.
they're just going to move past you if you don't intercept them.
Nope, I'm going to go past. I'm just going to shadow this woman.
Okay. Stong, what are you going to do?
I'm watching Rogar heal or revive this corpse. He's
Yeah.
thinking about turning into, some sort of tracking animal in order to sniff at the blade and then try to track.
There's no blade.
There's no blade. There's no
Oh, there's
weapon.
no blade. Oh,
Yeah, there
I
wasn't
see.
a weapon left
But
behind.
that's a good idea if we can.
Mhm.
Sniff at the wound.
If you
Yeah.
can find the weapon.
hmm
3 of us can turn into wolves and or bloodhounds, and just start looking for things by smell.
You could
Stop
turn
to
me.
suggest that.
Well, when you have, police dogs and procedurals, there's always like a pack. There's like 6.
Right.
So running across the field. So
Okay. Allie, what is Shay going to do?
Well, so when the lights came back up, was there anybody that had been in the room before they went down that was no longer in the room?
Ooh,
that
good
moment.
question.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, that's a great question.
All right, perception.
See if
I
you
got that.
perceived any information like that.
+4.
Oh man, you know what would be useful right now? One of
Nope.
Those like photo
You
perfect
have no
memories.
idea.
Ooh, you do not have one of those memories, unfortunately.
You were apparently
I don't.
like checking out Peffrey, who was dancing near you, and then
Ah.
everything went black, and you're like, this is
Dang.
always what happens. All right.
Is Peffrey still there? I feel
Peffrey's
like
still
she
there,
noticed
and
that. Okay.
she's still dancing. Like, she's the only one who doesn't seem to be at all bothered by anything that's happened. Okay. So,
Oh, Rogar noticed Peffrey and make a note to talk to her later. He's surprised to see her here
okay.
and happy.
Round
So-
round
Go ahead.
2. So round 1 was you got in there, you got over to the body of Rogar. Now you're casting your
Aye.
spell. Yes?
Aye.
Okay. So you have a handful of diamonds and you start casting the spell,
Aye.
and it does not function.
I'm doing the. I went for the raised dead, the full 500 gold piece. I have
I'm
10 days. To restore
I
life.
was worried about this.
Okay.
We had to permit the phrase Harry Coo.
Wow.
Streamlabs has a very diligent bot.
All right. Let me check here.
That's what I was thinking. I was going to say when you guys are going to turn into a.
Okay. Raise Dead takes 1 hour to cast. You know this,
Does
right?
it really?
Yeah.
Well, Rogar, we'll see you at next stream.
See you like 3 streams from now.
Might as well do Revivify then. So that takes...
I assumed you were casting Revivify.
I mean, that was his first impulse, but and here, he'll try. I guess he'd try Revivify probably first because if
Okay.
it's quick, he wants to catch the killer, and if the guy knows who killed him, he'd try that first.
So you cast Revivify.
Aye.
It does not function.
Okay.
It doesn't consume the diamonds. The spell just doesn't do anything.
Oh, all
Does
right.
that happen a lot?
I haven't
mean-
tried to revive too many people from death, so I didn't know, but it
I just
seems
thought you were
unusual.
A rather diligent cleric.
I would think a really good assassin would have means of circumventing resurrection spells anyway. Otherwise,
Yeah.
what's the point?
And there was
I
that.
mean, you kill someone, they come back. You could get paid again to kill them again.
Or you get killed because you failed.
No, see, you get someone who does
Aye.
who can raise people, and you just time it right. You work as a team.
And there was
It's a
that
long
coin.
con.
There was that coin lad who our magic wouldn't work on. That was another precedent too. So,
Say now, this nobleman says to you,
I
are you trying to raise that man from the dead?
was trying to revive him from the dead.
You might want to reconsider.
And why would that be?
Well, if one were to go by the laws of Westgate, then if he were raised from the dead, he would immediately forfeit all of his lands and titles and wealth because, well, who's to say what really came back in his own body?
Aye, but life is the most precious thing of all, more valuable than lands, more valuable than wealth. You can, if you have life, you have hope, you have possibility to experience and rebuild everything that you had and do it even better. So,
Yeah, it's very inspiring. As far as I know, he was the last Golder alive after the troubles in Westgate. Did he leave an heir? And this noble over here says, I've heard enough. And he comes storming over and he says, you greedy opportunist. Now is not the time for this.
Shay sighs audibly at all.
I feel like so. Aaron loved Rogar's speech. Cecilia walked away in the middle of it because I feel like at this point there's some sort of killer on the loose, and also she
Yeah, we
gotta
gotta find the killer.
to the point where it's making her fall asleep. And so she's gonna walk out here and she's gonna see if she can see Sarshan, because Sarshan running around the woods when there's a killer on the loose seems like a bad plan, especially because when Sarshan dies, the time loop starts, and she's not happy about that. So
Yeah, you're not.
can she see Sarshan from the stairs?
Make a perception check.
Can she see Sarshan from the stairs if she screams Sarshan?
If only you knew his middle name. Sarshan Edgar!
18.
What am I gonna get your butt in here?
I don't know if he has a middle name because I don't think he has a last name.
I know. Himbo, I think is his last name. Sarshan.
From the
Willoughby,
the
Himbo.
venerable elven clan Himbo.
Sarshan, Himbo, Chad, come back here. All right.
The third.
As a matter of fact, when you go out, maybe slightly like anxious because you know
It's definitely like a
things are
masked
happening.
up kind of look around thing.
Sarshan appears out of the trees in his wolf form, down on the ground, which is about 5 feet below where you are standing on on the walkway. Well, you're partly up on the stairs, so it's more like 7.5 feet at that point.
Okay.
And he says, "Oh, Cecilia, are you all right?"
No, we have a problem. And I assume at this point I'm using beast speech, so that priest that's standing there is hearing me go like, are you, nobody came after you in the woods, right?
No.
Some guy in here is dead.
Oh, was he someone you knew?
No.
Oh.
I'm assuming I didn't know him, right? I feel like I know that from standing over his body.
Yeah, you didn't recognize him.
Okay, I don't pay attention to those kinds of people.
Right.
He's a merch guy. They said his name, and I just totally it was like Gilder or something, right?
Right.
Last of the
Gilder.
Golders.
Aaron was paying attention. Cecilia wouldn't be paying attention. Cecilia would have been like la 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 la.
Sarshan bounds up onto the walkway. This priest, sorry, he's distracted by what's going on in there. So you're basically alone on the walkway.
At this point, I don't think a wolf in the spa is the weirdest thing that's going on.
Yep.
Um,
Sarshan turns back into himself though, and he does keep his shirt on.
won't get killed.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. I promised you.
Okay. So you're gonna come back in and see if anybody's instigated anything. Although I do like this smelling out the killer plan. I don't want to disrupt anybody else's stuff. Scourge, she sees, has gone off.
Yeah, he's gone. He's vanished since he's invisible now. So
Which I'm gonna trust Scourge.
yeah, Sarshan
Runs
comes
off
into
a lot on
the,
his own, but
Sarshan
usually
comes
it's for
into
good
the
reasons.
chamber with you.
All right.
And he says, "Greetings, I am Sarshan." Nobody pays attention to him.
Nope. Bigger
This-
things.
Crazy going on. Okay. The nobles have basically fallen to arguing and quarreling with each other and leveling accusations.
Go lean over to Dog and be like, can we just go? They seem like they've got this.
Specifically,
Cecilia.
these two men are arguing with each other about whether either has the right to search the other for a murder weapon.
Cecilia, when we originally came here, we were looking for Fayne, and
That's
right
a really good idea.
Right before this happened, I messaged her, and she said she was basically in the room watching. So I wonder if she's one of the people in here.
Do I know what Fayne smells like if I'm a wolf? Probably not.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think Cecilia's got a good catalog of what smells are. What? Does Sarshan know what Fayne smells like?
Eric,
Do you want to ask him?
Yes.
Okay.
But then Steven has a question.
Sarshan looks thoughtful for a second and says, "Who's Fayne?"
Okie doke. That is a lot bigger question than I can possibly express to you, and I will try and answer it later.
Steven, what's your question?
so Scourge has made a study of Fayne in order to imitate her with his acting skills.
Yep.
And
Which gets you advantage on checks to pass as Fayne, yeah.
right. And so one of the things he studied is the way she walks.
Yep.
And this woman in front of him, though she's in the form of a tiefling, does she
Mhm.
walk like Fayne walks?
Ooh.
Make an investigation check.
Does that mean I have to touch her and stuff?
No?
What? Do you normally
Like,
touch
oh,
people to
sleight of
like
hand.
figure out how they walk?
You're like, just a second. Let me put my hands on your hips and see where the movement is.
Yeah, keep walking. Don't mind. me.
Reassess.
I'm sure she's gonna walk completely naturally if you're just holding her hips while she's
Right.
while invisible.
These hips don't
23.
lie.
Sturge has got to be the creepiest creep ever. All right,
Bit.
23. You don't think so, but then again, Fayne takes a lot of different shapes and you've seen her move differently in different shapes.
I feel like you should just make yourself look like Fayne and be really ridiculous and see if she flinches.
Whoa.
Excellent. Good idea.
I actually have an idea.
Target her pride. Boom.
Yeah.
Maybe we've
All
all
right.
met her.
Allie, what's your idea?
I have an idea. Shay has dealt with Fayne numerous times in the past. Can I cast locate object on her stupid orb? It'll tell me where it is if it's within 1,000 feet,
Nice.
as long as I've seen it within 30 feet of me
All right.
before.
Hold on. I gotta look one thing up. That was an unexpected question. So this is a thing that happens. Sometimes you're at the game table and you have a great idea and great plans, and then one of your players is like, "I'm gonna do this thing you never anticipated." All right.
I just figured out a great hack.
You should film it and post it on YouTube.
Wow, Eric was just talking about this moment. And Steve, indeed.
I'll wait until Allie is done.
But so Cecilia, so Stong like leans over to you before he turns into like a bloodhound, and he is going to say, I'm gonna try to chase down the murder weapon. But I think most murders also need like a motivation. So I don't know if you could figure out like why they killed this person.
Oh, maybe. I think so. So yeah, on some level, it's like rich people getting stabbed. Does she care? But she's not a terrible person entirely. So
I
guess I can ask. I'm good at convincing people to talk about stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to avenge murders, maybe we can use this and leverage it into some sort of reward for ourselves.
Rogar has a very disturbed look on his face when you say that, and also a little bit worried.
We need money. We need money to help the people of Westgate, and
This
also
party is
we need
chaotic good
diamonds.
at best. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
Yes.
sounds good.
We need
All right.
diamonds.
So first of all, Shay's spell does indeed detect Fayne's golden orb far away from here, though. It's not in this room. You said it was within 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet, I can sense the direction. Yes.
Okay, it
and I
is-
can
East by northeast of where you are. And
Okay.
it's some ways away.
Okay. And I can hold this concentration up to 10 minutes. So,
Okay.
You gonna tell us you're gonna go look for her?
yeah, I will actually. I'll be like, look, I think I know what direction Fayne might be in. So I'm gonna go see if I can find her.
Do you want to grab Scourge? Actually, Scourge might be doing something else.
Do you get a sense of how far something is, or just the direction?
You sense the direction to the object's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement.
Okay.
It does not say how far, just that it is.
Somewhere
Yes.
east by northeast of you.
So,
Okay.
but Scourge is going to let her get a little farther ahead of him. He's
Okay.
going to-
Yeah, that woman keeps walking. You keep following her.
well, I don't know. He doesn't. He stops.
Oh, he stops. Okay.
Yeah. He stops and lets her get a little farther ahead because he's going to muffle his face, point his finger at the person, and cast the message cantrip and say, Fayne, are you still here in the room?
And you're pointing it at that person. You know that casting a spell will end your invisibility spell, right?
Okay, I'm sneaky.
Okay.
I have an elven cloak on.
I am pretending to be this rock that I am adjacent to.
Yeah.
Frequently works for him, so
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You cast that message. The woman looks around, confused.
Now, okay, here's the hack. The spell won't work. You have to point your finger towards the person. If that's not Fayne, she won't get the message.
oh, interesting.
Doesn't the spell just go at whoever you point at, though?
No.
The target's a creature. It's not a specific
Oh,
person.
oh,
Yeah,
oh.
like a sending spell
Yes,
would
yes,
target a
that's okay.
specific.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah. So if it's her, she'll respond, and all I have to do is point in the direction of. So if I'm in the room and I point, the way you would try to find someone is you keep going ping, ping, ping until you finally get the direction of them.
Okay.
So I'm trying to pretend like I'm still in the room, and she's still within range of my message when I point in that direction.
Okay.
That's how I
so
locate all my blind dates.
that
Sorry.
ping, ping, ping. Okay.
Yeah. Fayne?
So yeah, the woman like looks around confused, and let's see. I'll just make an intelligence check for her. So let's see if she. Oh no, she rolled a 2. Okay, so she goes, oh, it's happening. It's happening again. And she leans over the water, and just starts violently vomiting into the water.
Ah!
Oh,
Does she vomit like Fayne vomit?
because you studied
Fayne
the way
vomit.
that she
How
vomit.
many times have you watched Fayne vomit?
Sure, yeah.
Mm,
I mean, how many
all
times
the-
has he gone drinking with Fayne?
she's
Hmm.
very upset. Hmm. Okay.
Anyway,
Okay. Sturge is going to walk
Doesn't
up
mean
and
she's
say-
not the murderer. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Mm.
Are you-
okay, so you get this reply, Scourge,
Okay.
which was, "Oh no, it's happening again. Stay away from me. I told you no. Stay away from me." That's the
Interesting.
reply you
Who
get.
does she think you are?
Dun dun dun. Okay.
He's going to walk up to her, say, "Hey, are you okay?"
Ah. Okay. She's gonna make her dexterity save to avoid falling in the water.
Whoa, this is.
She rolled a
Ooh, I should've
4.
the pond.
Oof.
Sturge is going to grab her.
Okay, Scourge, make a strength saving throw.
Oh no, this is going to be just like a romantic comedy.
I know. I was like, this
Oh,
is your
yeah.
meet cute.
Oh
Aw.
my god.
No.
It's not your meet cute.
You both
Actually-
fall, you
Actually,
both
she-
fall in the water
Oh, it's even better. It's even cuter. She pulled you in.
Yeah.
into the vomity water.
Into the vomity water.
Only I was
Blue.
there
Okay,
singing
so
a
it's a
romantic
gross out
song.
rom com. Whatever.
Well, I didn't mean to startle you.
Ah, who are you? What is wrong with your nose?
Sturge is going to he's going to lean close and poke her in the eye with it.
Ow!
Sorry.
All right, that seems really useful, actually.
What's wrong with my nose? Nothing's wrong with my nose. I couldn't help but notice you were vomiting in this very water in which we now
So
soak.
you pushed me into it?
I didn't touch you. You jumped.
You
Then-
grabbed my arm and I jumped and
tried
fell
to
in.
keep you from falling in. But this is how every romance begins, isn't it? I mean, not that I'm interested, but this has started badly. I think I'm going to go dry off. Can I help you out?
I don't know. Can you?
Yes.
You
Sure.
seem intent on pushing me into the water.
Sturge's going to climb out, grab her hand if she could offer his hand. If she takes it, he'll pull him up.
All
Okay.
right. All right. She takes your hand and you pull her out of the water.
Right.
Digitator girls love that.
Here, let me get that.
All right.
Your name? I'm Scourge.
She looks at you with her eyes glittering slightly in the lantern light, and she says, "My name's Ein."
Ein. Nice to meet you, Ein. Sorry about the circumstances. I suppose you must have witnessed that dreadful event in the revel.
Well, you mean the body appearing? Because I don't think anyone witnessed the actual event. It was dark.
Yes, quite. That's what I mean.
I can't see through that much darkness.
Yeah.
It was like no darkness I've ever encountered before.
Yeah, I don't blame you for wanting to.
And I thought maybe I created it.
Why did you think that?
Oh, I just well, you see these, right? She points to her little tiefling horns.
They're very cute.
Okay, I've never heard anyone say that before. Usually people say they're horrifying or disgusting, but I can do things like create darkness, and it's terrifying.
But you can control that, right?
I thought so.
Then this was not you. Clearly, the killer created the darkness in order to strike. And unless you're the killer, you're out there.
All right, make a persuasion check, please.
And insight.
And insight if you like.
I'm just wondering what she
Ask her how many murders she's done.
What I get. Well, insight. Here comes the insight.
Why are the nobles so mean to people, huh?
You make her feel a little bit calmer. Like what you said makes sense, but not like you calmed her down or reassured her. She isn't acting particularly suspicious. She
Right.
seems agitated, like maybe she's concerned that she might have inadvertently caused that darkness.
What were you doing when the darkness happened?
Oh, I was trying to get Thaddeus to stop fighting. He picks fights with everyone, of course. That's just his character. He's really just very anxious, you know.
Hmm.
Well, his parents burned to death in that awful castle fire.
It's a fire.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
That's tragic, but that tragedy is also pretty funny. Yeah.
Fine, are you?
It's a well-known cause of anxiety. Your parents burning to death in a castle fire.
Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. I assure you, it isn't you. The voice you heard just now was me talking to you. I can throw my voice. Don't.
Oh,
You're not. You're fine. You're fine.
oh, thank you.
Yes.
I think I'll go back to my room. Would you walk me to my room so that I don't get murdered? Unless you're the murderer. You're not the murderer, are you?
No. No.
Because I can do this thing when people attack me. I can light them on fire, and it's
Yes.
pretty amazing.
I've seen that. It's a wonderful trick. I wish I knew it myself.
Yeah, so don't mess with me.
I'm not going to.
You already pushed me in the water once, but I wasn't ready.
So he'll walk her there.
Okay.
End of scene.
I love Scourge being the reassuring one, walking
You
somebody.
know.
Yeah.
I don't think Scourge is intentionally creepy ever. It just occasionally comes off inadvertently.
Yeah.
And then he's actually quite, quite kind
Yeah, it's just his awkwardness.
and awkward, but kind, but awkward.
All right. So
Sneaky. And he
more
steals
priests and servants have come in, and they are going to take the body out of this room where it seems to be causing a lot of duress for people, or just very upset.
Man, I'm trying to sniff it as much as I can.
Are
Just
you
get my
did
nose
you
like
turn
right up in
into
there.
did you
Oh, yeah.
turn into a bloodhound, or are you half orc sniffing?
Did. It would be much more awkward if it was half orc sniffing, but definitely bloodhound sniffing.
Okay. Okay.
Cecilia, are you still around there?
Yes. And in fact,
'cause-
Cecilia is inclined to come ask Artemisia for help in trying to figure out people's motives.
Oh, okay. Because Artemisia
Alright.
was gonna be a little bit sort of like, should I go and sniff out the trail too? But then
I mean, if
like,
she wants to,
no, she was sort of
Cecilia
hoping somebody would talk her out of it. So
we'd be like, okay, I'm going to try and figure out if anybody here had a motive. So either help me or you need to leave because I'm 100% going to say something that's going to make you go, oh God, Cecilia. It's your choice.
I will help you. Artemisia is going to tell her what she found out before about the married couple, those two guys that she was talking to, and sort of not their whole idea for what they're going to do about Westgate, but that they were wanting to rebuild Westgate better, and basically anything quickly that she remembers from the people she talked to last time.
Yeah.
Did you talk to the dead guy?
No, she
Did
talked
anybody
to
talk
the
to him?
hot-headed Thaddeus. She talked to him, and then she talked to
Thaddeus is the hot-headed guy. Thaddeus
Oh.
Thorsar, heir of House Thorsar. There's also Peffrey. You remember Peffrey, and then the two guys who you were mentioning are Calder Evergard and Shmi Zieth, who are married heirs of smaller minor house.
So Kelder and Shmi and Thaddeus.
Yep.
Okay.
Rogata would definitely go towards Pelfrey, so he has her covered.
Just as a sort of a question, because this isn't a Cecilia question, this is an Aaron question. When the Ein said that Thaddeus's parents burned in a castle fire, was that the one that Stong technically set, or is it different?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was hiding
Just
my
checking.
face. I feared.
This
Was-
this happened
was-
a few times last game.
Got
See,
it, got it.
Stong turned into a bloodhound, and bloodhounds always look a little bit sad. But in Stong's case, it's also literal.
Oops.
Okay.
Oops.
Sorry, I
Droopy.
burned
They're
your
droopy.
parents.
Stong may have done an oopsie and used his adopted daughter as a flamethrower. You know, things happen.
Yeah, as you do.
But for those who weren't watching last season, that's because he was controlled by a cursed book. He was wrong Stong then.
Yeah, go check out the recaps. All right.
All right. Tortured dark past. Moving on.
Moving on.
I would be inclined to start with Thaddeus since he seems to be all like, "Who's the heir?" That was Thaddeus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy seems like he's got a reason to kill.
As though he realizes that you're thinking of him. I mean, you are standing right there.
Yeah.
He turns to you and says, "Ah, a new arrival. Hello, my lady." He bows.
Hello. I'm gonna look at Artemisia because I feel like Artemisia in this moment would do like an introductory thing, but if she doesn't do it, I'm just gonna start talking.
Well, Artemisia is doing like full like ice princess, and she's like, "Oh, where has your betrothed gone?"
I was gonna, yeah.
And then she would be like, "Oh, forgive me," and then she'll do a proper introduction of the two of them.
Celia is impressed.
Glad you did it, because Shay was about to go, "Hey, aren't you betrothed?" quite loud.
Thaddeus Thorsar at your service, my lady. It is wonderful to meet yet another companion of Lady Terrorone.
Just gonna look at Artemisia like, is this guy for real? Like, you seemed really upset about what's Artemisia, what was that guy's name? Did you catch it?
Rhiannon doesn't remember, but
I feel like Artemisia would have definitely
Yeah.
caught it.
I don't know if they ever actually said his name.
Lord
Just that-
Golder?
Yeah, just that he was Lord Golder.
Lord
It was
Oh, I seemed upset. Oh. Allow me to correct that misconception. I did not like Lord Golder. I don't think anyone in this room did.
Fair enough. Why didn't you like him?
Well, he was a old, smelly, and arrogant ass. I am a young, wonderfully smelling, arrogant ass.
who is betrothed?
Well,
Fair. I would say that. I'll just look at Artemisia like, and? like it does not occur to Cecilia at all that this guy might possibly be flirting with her. She's just like, okay, whatever.
okay.
So it sounded like you knew him, though. You were asking about where his heirs were. Do you know where his heirs are? That because somebody should probably contact them.
Well, alas, I believe the late David is the last of the Golder heirs. Unless one is still hiding in the city, perhaps. They were an old family, and Lord David did not seem to be inclined to have children of his own. That he knows of course.
Gross. Okay.
And which family would stand to gain by his lands going unclaimed?
Ah, what an excellent question, Lady Tyrone. I suspect all the merchant families would stand to gain, but in particular, anyone who is currently behind House Thorsar in rank, which, well, as you might imagine, includes my own. Indeed, he was one of the most highly ranked among us here, who have sought refuge in this place of great beauty, however painfully marred by such violence.
If I make an investigation check, can I tell if he's got any convenient blood splatters or small arms on him?
Yeah, go ahead, make an investigation check.
It seems like I should do that just, Oh, I rolled a crit.
Nice.
Okay.
Natural
25.
20.
So when he was
Nice.
bowing, you happen to notice that he has several small arms on him, including a dagger which is sheathed along his spine for
Very
quick
extra.
grabbing and throwing,
Okay.
which is definitely like a thing you'd expect an adventurer to do, or like a street bravo to do. And this guy seems to take his duelist reputation seriously.
Got it.
You did not see any blood stains on him. Or
Would've
well,
been awful
maybe
easy.
that's not strictly accurate. Maybe there are a couple of blood spatters on his coat, but they're very, very old. Like they are dried blood, not
Okay.
fresh blood.
Okay. So it doesn't seem like this is the guy. Just be like, ask him if, because I know these nobles are all at each other's throats generally. And just be like, who do you think would have killed him? Since you're so smart and you have so many good ideas.
Artemisia knows that this is part of the like
I'm not gonna
shtick,
say
but
quite that
she's
much.
a little sort of like frozen.
Is this
I'm gonna
a
roll a persuasion.
okay?
It's a 23. Like, well, who do you think would have done it? I mean, you seem to have your finger on the pulse of all these people.
Well, I
Who has the skills and the will to stage such a brazen assassination?
well, I don't want to be pointing fingers unnecessarily, but
Oh, it's just between us.
yes, I'm sure that's exactly how it will stay. But Lord Calder over there, he is a big ox and a lummox, but his quick friend is much more skilled and adept with small blades, and perhaps you should inspect his wares
What?
and attire.
What do you mention a small blade? Is that a clue that he's like small blades and nobody actually said, oh, look, a dagger stabbed him?
Possibly.
Mm,
He says, well, clearly no one came in and cut the man down with a broadsword.
oh, very interesting. Okay.
I think we
well,
would have at least heard that.
Did you hear anything?
Alas, I was too busy arguing with Lord Everdunce over there.
Who does he mean when he says Lord Evidence? I'm assuming that's not someone's given name.
Calder Evergard.
Got it.
Which,
Oh.
but, well, I don't know if Artemisia would know that. Because I thought last she saw him, he was arguing with his betrothed, the tiefling.
She was also there,
Oh, okay.
trying to calm him down, basically,
Got it.
because he's such a hothead.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
Well, as the lovely Lady Tyrone pointed out, my betrothed does seem to have disappeared, so perhaps I should go find her. I shall take my leave,
nice to
mysterious
meet
lady.
You. Oh, she popped her mask up when she was making sure Sargent was okay. I don't know that
Okay.
she ever thought to pull it down. so.
Okay.
I mean, she does have a mask, so it's fair. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. You're still mysterious. In this guy's head. Yeah. Anyway, so he is going to head over this way toward the door where the clerics have taken the body. All right, Stong, you think you've got a pretty good nose on that body.
Oh wait.
So you've got the scent enough to give you advantage on checks to track down anything that smells like that guy's blood.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely would like to sniff around, especially in the room, And then immediately outside of the building, I want to see if somebody has like hidden a weapon, or perhaps they still have the weapon on them.
Okay. Make a perception check with advantage.
Perception with advantage.
The clerics seem to be heading to this chamber up here at the north end. You're not really sure what that room is. Okay. Just center us back here.
The spa's body storage room. Like you do.
Like you do.
First roll, second roll. Okay, 19.
Okay. You get a little bit of scent off of the north part of the room. Head that way.
Yes, absolutely. And then I'm gonna do my best to pretend to be like an actual dog, but I think Stong is like not an actor. And so he's just like looking people in the eye and then like nodding every time they make eye contact, like, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you pass Rogar and Shay, who are there in the middle of the room, and you get up to the north end of the room, and there's this blonde woman who has a couple of books in her arm, and she's looking out one of the windows curiously, like trying to see something out the window. She smells a little bit like the old man.
I'm going to approach her, and then like in the best dog impression that I possibly can, get like real friendly and excited. I'm gonna like wag my tail, and then I'm gonna like leap up on her, and then like try to lick her in the face basically, or like lick her hand or something, like the way dogs do. But I'm trying to get close to what I think is the source of the scent, and if I can detect any sort of like weapon-like bulge in her or on her person or something, I'm gonna try to like knock it to the ground or something.
Okay. Make an investigation check, I guess.
Great.
All right, cool. You leap up on her.
Great.
You start licking her on the face. All right, she immediately falls over, scattering the books everywhere. Poof, down with this huge dog on top of her. The noble woman who is sitting right there is like, nope. And she just moves over to this other couch. Like she sees this going on. She's like,
oh man, the tail's just wagging and wagging.
It's like a Burmese mountain dog.
Yeah, I'm so excited by this person and the potential of murder weapon on them.
The woman that you have knocked over is like, she doesn't seem to know what to do.
Can I detect like the source of the smell from a specific part of her, or is it just like all around her?
It's kind of all around her.
I see.
Do any of us see? Because we know Stong turned into a bloodhound.
Oh yeah, Stong is not subtle about this. Stong is not a subtle person.
Would you have wanted? Oh, I was gonna say, would you have asked us for help before you did this? I don't want to interrupt, but I'm also like, you don't have thumbs right now.
Yeah, but also Stong knows that Cecilia can talk to animals, so
that's a good point.
He's going to like turn his head and then like bark really loudly at her, like bark, 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 and like he's trying to say, "Hey, this girl over here, she smells like the victim."
Ooh, I'm gonna run over there.
The smell is all over her. Help me out.
I'm gonna put a hand on Stong and be like, "Oh, sorry about my dog. Is he bothering you?"
A little. He knocked me over.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. And I'm gonna kind of help her up, and it's probably sleight of hand to try to like brush her off and pat her down for weapons, and my sleight of hand is not good.
Okay.
But I feel like I should try doing that anyway.
Yeah, make a check anyway.
Please don't roll bad. I don't want. Oh, it's actually really good.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, wow.
I was a little afraid I was
19 with a
gonna like
+0.
accidentally
All right, you
grab something.
Yeah, you pat her her belt, her belt pouches.
Like,
You like grabbing along her arm, her
like, yeah,
both arms.
Together? Yeah. Are you okay? Did I hit any secret weapons?
You didn't find any secret weapons.
Okay. But I also
Um,
didn't feel her up accidentally.
No,
Thank you.
she doesn't seem to notice. Like, well, maybe this is just normally what people do when they help each other up. They just pat each other.
Just getting her dress back in order.
Yeah.
I mean, my dog.
Stong is gonna like sit back on his back haunches and like his tail's still wagging, and then he's just gonna bark once, but his I don't know how much meaning a dog can convey in one bark, but he would like to bark enough in order to tell Cecilia, detect magic on her.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna look at her with detect magic on.
This is okay. 1 second. This is reminding me of a Far Side cartoon that I read some years ago, which was about this. They're all just one panel cartoons, and they're like the scientist who created the helmet that translates what dogs are really saying, and he's walking down the street, and all the dogs are just going, "Hey, hey, hey, hey." All right. So, Cecilia, you activate magic vision.
Yes.
Okay.
Eldritch Sight.
Hold down L1.
Magic vision.
Activate magic vision. Okay. First of all, one of the books that woman was carrying seems to have a little magic about it.
Okay.
She does not appear to have any magic going on about her. She is human mostly, with some elven heritage. You think her ears are slightly pointed, her features slightly more delicate than those of humans. So she might be older than she looks, which is probably around 30-ish years. Okay. She looks kind of mousy and librarian type.
Is she holding the book, or did she?
She was, but she dropped
I'm gonna
them.
pick up that book. That's all magic.
Stong will also
I'm gonna
help.
brush off, like drool maybe. But can I see what it is?
It appears to be some kind of story book, like about fey creatures.
Oh, so if I flip through this, like I'm super interested, is it gonna? It's just a storybook.
It's gonna murder another noble.
You're not really sure.
Like,
You're not
oh,
really
this looks interesting.
But the cover cover is carved into the leather are leaves and patterns of brambles and roses, and when you pick up the book, it's open to a particular page, and you see a fey creature illuminated on that page,
Okay.
like an elf or a goblin. It's kind of hard to say, just something like that.
Well, this looks interesting. And if I close it, does that symbol mean anything to me?
No, it's just kind of like
It's decorative.
thematic decoration.
Got it.
And she says, "Oh, yes, be careful with that."
Is it a family heirloom?
Oh, yes, it is one of the few books I brought with me from Westgate before the Troubles began.
Oh, I see. It was important enough to bring to a party, right? Although these things are often so boring. I'm gonna drop down next to Bloodhound Stong and scratch his ears and make like noises, like I'm playing with him, but I'm like, what are you smelling?
Are you still holding the book, or did you give it
I
back
am.
to her?
I did not give it back to her yet.
She's like,
No, I'm acting like I can't tell she wants it. I'm telling you
yeah,
what
I
it
get
is.
you. Okay. But yeah, she just smells like the old man.
It smells like the old man. Okay. So did you? That was pretty scary. Did you know that guy, Lord Golder?
Oh, yes, a little bit. Go ahead and make an insight check if you like.
Can Stong make an insight check too?
Yeah.
I don't know if your insight's better than mine,
Sweet.
but I figure you're right there.
I'm not gonna argue against getting a roll. Ugh.
The 11 with an 11 Stong, you're like, yeah, she's telling pretty much the truth. With the 16, Cecilia, you think that she's hiding something, like she knows Lord Golder more than she's letting on.
I'm gonna give her like a knowing smile and be like, "Oh, were you two?" See what her
Okay.
face does.
She blushes very, very fiercely and says, "Well, Lord Golder was very, very kind to me, and we just, well, sometimes you connect at different times in your life, you know." She looks out the window wistfully as they're hauling his body into that.
Now I feel gross. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put an arm around her shoulders and go, "Oh, sweetie, this is tough. You poor thing."
Stong's gonna
Do you
nod.
have any idea did he ever tell you someone might?
Oh, he hated everyone.
Got
And
it.
everyone hated him. Oh, I couldn't get him to shut up about how many people hated his family. That they were jealous, that they wanted their coin and their prestige and their family name. I suppose no one's going to have their family name now. So sad.
Now I'm
Sadness.
suddenly like, is she pregnant? But I don't
That's what I was wondering.
feel like I shouldn't ask that right now. It's not the
Stong
moment.
is gonna bark, and he's basically saying, "Ask her what's gonna happen to the estate if they don't find an heir."
That's right, you are a good dog. What happens to the estate if they don't find an heir?
Well, if we were operating under Westgate's laws of succession in terms of property rights, it would go to the nearest of kin. I'm not sure who that would be. If they don't find someone, it would go to whoever is declared in... I don't know. That's a good question. But then again, do the laws of Westgate really even still apply? The city is chaos right now.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't great before. We can all admit that, right?
Oh, well, that is generally
Oh.
true. I did
Stong's
like the
gonna, his ears
library
are
a
down.
lot.
He's gonna put his paws over his eyes.
The library is wonderful.
I used to teach at the university. In fact, I'm so sorry. Nesthus is my name. Nesthus.
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Cecilia.
Yes.
I
It's
feel like I should
so
give
good
her
to
a
meet
fake
you.
name, but I didn't.
Celia, are you one of the heroes of Westgate? You must be with that mask. I have
Caught
heard
me.
I have heard a great many things of your exploits and read of your exploits as well.
Don't read those, please. Please don't read those. But,
So
is
they're
Shay
really
still here?
they're really quite flattering.
I mean, I had intended to go chasing off after the Fayne location, but
think
nothing's come of that so
you
far.
probably left
All
by
right,
now.
all right, yeah. So
So I look around for Shay and I'm like, damn it.
on
Yeah.
that note, we will transition over to Shay. So Shay, you have left the room. Did anyone
Yes.
want to go with Shay?
Been pulled into this.
Get
Yeah,
pulled
I
into
would
this
say I
whole
would, but
thing?
I'm already doing stuff. So
All right.
Yeah, they're already doing something.
I suppose I would. Well, I don't know.
They snatched the body, so
It's true.
I mean, she's a stealthy type person. I'm a clanking around in armor, so I think I'd ask her, "Do you want me to come with you?"
he's a distraction.
Sure, I can. I also can take one person with me while shadow dancing. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
That's
like
right.
fun.
Ooh,
I look
dancing with a partner.
All
I
right.
changed my mind. I want to go shadow dancing. No.
So you you step outside the room, and then Shay, you're gonna shadow dance yourselves elsewhere.
Yeah.
All right.
And I waved at Pelfrey when I was leaving. I was like, "We'll catch up, Pelfrey."
So do you want to describe what this would be like, Allie, or do you want me to? What would you prefer?
you go ahead. I
All
like
right.
the way you describe it.
So the two of you step out of the door, and Shay's looking around, and Rogar's like, "Well, I must warn you, I'm really loud and clanky." And then Shay, grabs onto Rogar and pulls him in close, and then says, "Don't worry about it." And then you melt into the shadow cast by the flickering light in the building, and you reappear elsewhere, much farther away.
Ooh. Oh, that was.
You actually appear here on the ground next to the. I'll just move the map over there.
What does it feel like when you shadow walk? What is it like?
It feels cold and dark, like you're moving rapidly through a world that's blurry around you.
Oh, so like when you're really drunk.
I've always kind of imagined it as like, I don't know if anyone ever saw the old X-Men cartoon whenever Nightcrawler teleported.
Bounce. Yeah.
Basically, kind of this twisted, shadowed nether realm that you briefly flicker through before reappearing on the other side. So it's like a horror show down there.
Right. In the you would show up in the shadow of this other building. And it is very dark here, only lit by the moonlight. You can see towering trees all around you.
And you don't know when she had time to put it on, but Shay is wearing her mask now.
How very extra. Anyway,
Yes.
So Shay, you take a moment to reorient yourself with the locate object, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Rogar, you're looking around.
I was orienting myself. Ooh.
Suddenly, in a much darker and unexpected place.
Oh.
And then Shay, you get the sense that the object is to the east of you.
Okay. And I'll say, so I think I've got a bead on where Fayne might be. I believe she's east of here, if I'm correct, anyway.
What are we gonna do when we get to Fayne? What are we trying to do?
Well, Fayne has possession of the Night King's chalice, at least the main body of it. I want to try to. Well, I was asked to help find her, so all of you could get it back.
Oh, so we're not chasing her because of that murder. We're chasing her for that chalice.
The murder is tangential.
Why not both?
Why not both?
I mean,
I'm just trying to understand. Are we like expecting a fight, or are we expecting? Are you? Because you and her are friends, aren't you? Or wait, no, are you friends?
I wouldn't go that far.
So Shay starts walking off into the woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
She stares at Rogar and she's like, I wouldn't go that far. And then she just walks off. And Rogar's like, hey, wait for me.
Okay.
All right. You two are making your way through the trees. And you pause every 30 or 40 feet to refocus. And the spell is continuing to lead you eastward. The trees get a little thicker, a little harder to get through.
I'm going to cast Freedom of Movement on myself. And
Okay.
how does Shay seem to be doing fine, or is she struggling with the terrain?
She's pretty dexterous. I would imagine
Aye.
she's doing okay.
Okay, so I'll cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Okay. As you're moving through the trees, you get into this kind of thicker patch of trees there. And Shay, you get the sense that you are not alone. Something is there with you.
The
One
old
of the truths
spidey
is Fayne.
sense. You know, I wouldn't put it past her. Should I roll perception? See if I can get any hint of what might be nearby.
Yep.
And I have no idea.
Yeah, you're just looking around at the trees that seem very tall and dark, and they're blocking the moon. When things are blocking the moon, you feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Rogar, did you want to make a check?
I'm such an expert
Yeah, you
at terrain.
see Shay pause and kind of look around warily.
I'll roll my giant die from. Oh wait, we got the little roll 20 thing, right? So okay.
Yeah.
Slash roll. I always said it. Slash roll d20.
Oh,
Nope.
You are also looking around and not seeing anything.
4. I rolled a 4.
Shay is looking around, not seeing anything. You're looking at Shay like, what?
I am not a woods person for certain. Aye.
And it is
Taunt her and call her out.
okay. It is at that moment that a creature comes out of the darkness toward you.
Uh-oh.
Dun dun dun. Let me see. Get a suitable mini here.
You need a goblin mini? Is that what you're looking for? I'm assuming.
No, no.
A kobold mini? A little kobold, maybe? a rat mini.
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna keep going down. I'm gonna
Majestic
keep
unicorn.
bidding down. Oh,
Eric
aye.
had me make a custom minion called a loot pinata. It doesn't deal any attack damage, and it just lets us roll on the loot table a couple of
It
times.
just
Awesome.
drops out of the sky.
Stop trying to help me.
Fills
Okay.
gems everywhere.
No, it is.
Says,
It
"Happy
is.
birthday!"
It is, a matter of fact, a deer that comes.
Oh.
And this is actually a donkey.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was just about to say.
Unmajestic deer.
It's
love
the
it.
close.
I love it.
It's the closest I could find on
It's a
short
fair
notice.
choice, but it's still funny.
Behold the majestic deer.
Anyway,
Not all deer are
I mean-
slender and graceful, so
To be fair, Rogar probably wouldn't know the difference. Well, no, he'd know a donkey.
like that art. That's a really chunky donkey. I'm just anyway. All
I
right.
mean,
So
chunky donkeys are the best donkeys. But not
yeah,
the best deer.
that deer comes out of the trees,
Aye.
seemingly unafraid.
Oh. I don't want to get ticks.
And pauses, looks to Shay and then to Rogar.
Aye.
I think you're gonna get ticks.
Hello there.
Oh, no.
You're gonna get ticks and like it. All right. And
And then it attacks.
yeah.
oh,
It's actually a dragon that's polymorph.
It has a red nose and it can fly.
well, in point of fact,
Aye.
Oh, no.
as it is walking toward
Oh,
you,
no.
wow, you're all getting like, oh my God,
No,
something
come on,
terrible's
guys.
gonna happen.
It's
This
not
is our-
terrible.
This is our
As it's-
doppelganger paranoia.
As it's walking toward you, the deer shifts and rises up and turns into. Excuse me.
The suspense.
Oh man, there we go again. Ruin.
Rowan, guys, it's Rowan.
It's not a big deal.
Oh.
I just had to do the mechanics. It just took a
Oh.
second.
Oh.
It's a chunky
Like-
deer. Sorry.
Not every form can be
Told you you're
beautiful,
gonna
I
get
guess.
ticks.
Yeah.
He's my chunky donkey.
Yeah, he's a chunky donkey. Yeah.
I ruined my chunky
Oh.
donkey. Oh, it's so good to see you.
You're gonna get ticks and you're gonna like it anyway.
That's a great pet name. It's Chunky Donkey.
Yeah.
So Ruin is looking at
Oh my God.
both of you.
Uh,
He says, oh, Rogar,
Ruin.
it's so good to see you again.
What
What are you doing here?
what are you doing here, hanging out at a spa? Is this where you've been disappearing to all the time when you're gone from the city? And he looks back and thinking about all like the literally hot, half-naked dudes hanging around the spa.
He,
Were they all half naked, or is Rogar like adding that layer on? Because I may be picturing this revel very incorrectly.
not
Well,
all-
around the pools and stuff.
Got
like-
it, got it.
Well,
You're
during-
intuiting what do these men look like without their clothes on.
This
Get it.
is not like a nude retreat.
Well,
I'm-
during the day, people tend to be in fewer clothing and bathing and stuff.
And they were here before. He's remembering. Aye.
Yep. Well, Ruan says, "Oh, well, I was here. I just had to get out of the city. You know, I can't stand that many buildings that long. And then I thought I would. Excuse me." He steps kind of to the side of Rogar. He's like, "Are you aware there's a drow standing right there?"
Oh, aye. Sorry. How you know that?
Sometimes you don't notice things. I just thought.
That's true. I thought you'd met Shay. This is Ruan. Ruan, this is Shay. Shay is a friend of Ilra's and has helped us out on many occasions.
You met
And
when you
is a
turn into
member
a
of the.
person.
one of the original members of the Westgate
Yeah,
Irregulars.
like
Hi.
She was
A what?
there when Ruan got turned back
We
from a wolf into a person.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
All right. At the
I
dance
was.
in the graveyard. Aye, she was in
Oh,
the graveyard. Right.
my apologies. I didn't recognize you with your clothes on.
Oh, that's true. We were dancing naked in the
that
graveyard.
is fair. That is fair.
Also, the mask.
Good times. All right. Oh, aye. Right. And then, yeah. So she's
I feel
and
silly now.
Ruin is Cecilia's half brother, half brother,
And Artemisius.
and Artemisia's half brother,
Yes,
and
we
a
are.
druid.
We are a pack. It's
and he's
Hmm.
and he's taken, and aye. So
you're holding my hand very hard, Rogar.
aye. Artemisia has the Silks at Dawn, the dress shop during the day, but she runs it at night, I think, and it's very different at night.
Ah, of course.
Aye. So, but you seem to be kind of avoiding the topic. Why are you here?
What? Me? Avoid a topic? Why?
Don't turn into an eagle and fly away.
All right, I won't.
Turns into a blackbird.
It's rather a long story. Would you like some tea while we discuss it? You seem to be in the middle of something.
We've been looking for Fayne.
Aye.
Fayne. Is someone pretending to do something?
No. Fayne is a person.
Fayne is a person, not a.
Yes.
Aye.
I see.
You're sounding a bit like Sarshan now, but I guess
I don't know. You have so many interesting friends.
It's
hard
true.
to keep track of them all.
But
I describe her for you, but she shapeshifts, so.
she's an associate.
Oh,
of,
she's the one that's in love with Scourge. Ah,
Aye.
of course.
They have that sort of love.
That doesn't
Whatever
sound right.
going on.
Sarshan told me all about that.
Okay. All
There we
right.
go.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But she's a little dodgy. She's associated with Lord Gold, Lilton, Artemisia's sort of on and
Oh.
off.
She's his daughter.
Always
Oh,
This is
Really?
kind of a lot. All right.
anyway. Aye. So
Hold
I
his
guess
hand while you find her.
I do we. So I guess Shay, are we losing her? Or should we continue trying to?
Has
follow?
has it moved at all?
Nope.
Nope.
Still just directly east of you. Fairly
I
close,
am-
I think.
Yeah, I'm a little wary of that actually. The fact that it's not moving at all. I think she might be this way, but I'm starting to think that it's strange though. Why would she leave that behind? Sorry, Fayne carries around a small orb, and I'm tracking her using that orb. I've seen the orb. I've interacted. Oh, I haven't touched it, but I've seen it enough to be able to use a locator spell.
Ren looks at Rogar and kind of blushes slightly. He just thought of
And-
something dirty. That's all.
Aw. Rogar is blushing like to Shay. Maybe you should scout ahead a little bit and see if it's Fayne or just her orb.
Oh, that seems like a really
Yeah,
good idea.
she'll
You're
she'll
very
kind of look.
stealthy.
She'll kind of look between the two and be like, "All right, I see what's up here."
Well,
and then she'll go. She'll just go.
Okay. All right. Leaving Rogar and Ruan alone.
Right, but I mean, I'll kind of keep. I'll kind of maybe follow at a much slower pace, like keep her visible in the distance, sort of, but have a little privacy to talk as we're.
Okay.
I trust Ruin can probably track her. He's all good at the woodsy stuff. I'm not so much.
Ruan says, "All right. Well, so why are you here? Did you come looking for me?" Oh, that's so sweet.
Well,
I was
Ruan-
going to come back,
Yes, you always come back.
Oh, I have something important to tell you. Anyway, go on. But I always come back, but
Come on.
Well, you have something important to tell me.
yeah, but it can wait. It's not
Oh,
that
okay.
important.
What?
You are here after all.
I am here. Ruin, I grab his hand and I stop him and I look up into his eyes and I'll say,
Yes, Rogar.
Sarshan told me that I have to protect Cecilia from you. Why would he do that? He seems to think maybe you're some kind of danger, or...
Make an insight check.
This is going to go well.
Oh, wait, roll 20, sorry.
He's white.
Can chat give him an inspiration if he doesn't do very well?
Roll 20. Plus inspiration is... insight or...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Insight.
insight.
Plus, okay.
Could you even imagine if you were a magician and you were trying to figure out if your significant other was lying to you, and you would cast like all this magic before you like your significant other sees you casting all these spells before you're like asking the big question? Where have you been?
That's like, give me your phone, let me look through. It's like a violation in ways. Like, aye. So I only rolled a 5, but luckily I have a +8, so it's a whopping 13.
Okay. Yeah, you just cast all these spells. You know, and your significant other's like, and you're like, hold on a second.
Counter spells. Yeah.
Who's Brunhilde? Anyway,
Right.
so okay, you got a 13.
13. Aye.
Yeah. Ruin looks at you. And then he kind of laughs. He's like, "Is that a jest? I don't really get it if it is."
Well, why would he maybe think that? Apparently, like,
I don't know.
know if you know this, but he's been going through time loops or some such thing. Scourge went inside his head and saw some things in Cecilia, and apparently, I guess maybe in one of those, Cecilia mentioned, I think, on the road here that you... What was it? I forgot, sorry.
It was actually just that Sarshan attacked him to
Oh,
stop him from hurting Cecilia.
aye,
And
Sarshan.
Vision, we stopped him because that was crazy. But
Ruin looks at you. And he's like, this is sounding less and less realistic, but at the same time, like, you're you and you have these adventures and crazy things happen to you all the time. So I don't know why he would think I would be a threat to my sister. I mean, the last people I would want to hurt would be them or you.
Well, what is, well, I guess, okay, what is your intentions towards Cecilia, I guess, or how would you, why would you and Sarshan come into conflict, maybe, is another quick way to look at it.
Well, if he tried to hurt any of you, I suppose. If he tried to hurt Cecilia, Rogar, Sarshan is... Well, he's a few arrows short of a quiver.
Well, you dated him.
Yeah, that's how I know. Dated, past tense.
Aye. So you're not,
Dated,
maybe,
that's the word, right?
aye, you're not trying to break them up because you're jealous or anything like that?
oh, Rogar.
Jealous. Jealous of Cecilia's my sister. Why would I be jealous of Sarshan for...
Whoa!
Wrong direction.
Oh, did you mean that I might want to
Weird.
be with Sarshan again? No, I learned my lesson about that.
Okay. Well,
He
then
is
why-
extremely handsome, but again, it's a few being short of a magic bag.
you know, people say that a lot about me too, especially back at the temple. They would often say I was not the smartest.
Oh, I am sorry. I did not mean to evoke such memories. I only meant that Sarshan is erratic and nonsensical, and it's getting worse.
Well,
You have noticed, right? It is getting worse. It's not just my imagination.
I guess he has been. It's been a bit weird. And this whole time loop thing is very confusing. And he does have like some sort of like kind of. There's something odd going on. He apparently. Wait, I don't remember if I saw like the ghostly feathers floating over his shoulder and stuff. But
I know some people have.
I've
remember
lost
exactly
track.
who has.
But there is something going on with him for sure. So you promise me that you don't mean Cecilia any harm.
Of course not. I would only want to protect her from harm. And I think Sarshan, it looks around. I think Sarshan intends her harm. Or he will lead her to harm in some way. And I want, if that's the case, I don't want him to have that opportunity. I would definitely take her away from here before I let that happen. She might be really angry at me, but I'd still do it.
You take her away. Where would you take her?
Somewhere safe, where she could be happy. And Artemisia too, of course.
A farm upstate.
Oh, Ruan.
I enjoy we're now playing. Who has the shady boyfriend?
Yeah.
Is it the one who?
He said.
I didn't realize that Rogar and Sarshan have the same int, and Ruan clearly
Yeah.
has a type.
Yeah, I know exactly. We both
See,
have.
Oh,
you see, Rogar, we never really got to be a proper family, and it would be. I think it would be wonderful if we got that chance. I don't want to, take them away from what they want to do, but if they're in danger, then maybe I might try and take them away at that point. Oh, please don't say anything to Cecilia or Artemisia about this. I hate for them to get the wrong idea. I'm only trying to tell you the truth.
But they're in danger all the time.
Meanwhile,
Does that mean-
Shay's behind the next tree, like writing it down in her little notebook.
Sicilian, Artemisia are in danger all the time. Does that mean at any moment you might just disappear?
Oh,
Just
no.
leave
No,
me?
of course not. No. Rogar, no. He takes your hands. They're perfectly capable of handling most dangers that they end up in.
Aye.
You asked me if I would try and do something to Cecilia or Artemisia, and I was just giving you a hypothetical.
Well, I mean, if you want to be a family, we're kind of a family in the Irregulars. I think it's sort of in front of you all along. I think this is your chance to be a family right now.
Oh. I hope you're right, Rogar. It's
Well,
really old, isn't it?
I
Would you like to come back to my camp? I'm not staying at the actual onsen. I just have a
oh, good. I mean,
little camp.
oh,
I'm sure your friend will be perfectly fine on her own.
I'd rather not abandon her until I'm certain she is safe. But I definitely would like to go back to the camp with you. And
So is that a yes or is that a no?
well, that's a yes, but not right now. After we're certain that Shay is safe.
All right. Well, if that's your decision.
That's just my decision. But Kim here, I haven't seen you. I've missed you very much.
Yeah, that's why I want to go back to the camp.
I'm trying to pull him down by the front of his robe.
Yep.
Give him a nice kiss.
His strength is not as high as yours.
Oh, yeah. And I say, so what was this important thing you needed to tell me?
Oh, it's about the Holy Mother.
What about the Holy Mother?
Oh, she and the caravan train are on their way to Westgate.
What? What?
And on that note, I think we need to take our break, which is a little bit overdue. So come back in 10 minutes and we will wrap this up, at least the next phase of the Hot Springs series.
oh Oh.
What?
We are here for the end of part 2 of the Hot Springs. It looks like it's going to be a trilogy, but we'll see. So, the first thing that happened when last we left, Shay and Rogar and now Ruin were headed off to investigate a spot where she thought that Fayne's golden orb might end up. But we're going to go back to the large room where the nobles are currently arguing amongst themselves. Kind of, there are still spats and fights breaking out. Artemisia is kind of managing it because she has largely taken control of that room. And so the things have died down a bit with the body gone. Cecilia, since you're standing near the window there and you're still listening to Nestus kind of just, she's now talking a lot about fairy tales because she seems to be a very bookish person who likes stories. And you see out the window the clerics deposit the body back in that small building up there. It's about a 15 by 15 foot shed. I'll just point to it on the map there.
I'm going to lay a hand on her arm and say, excuse me, just a minute. I'm going to go see if I can get you something to help you calm down, and I'll be right back. And I'm going to grab Stong.
Oh, of course.
You don't know if you have a collar. But
She
I'll
just
grab
moves
the-
I don't have a collar. You could just
Grab
probably
the
grab me by the
scruff.
scruff.
I'm assuming that this bloodhound has a kind of a bit of a mane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
this
a
wild
very
hair.
hairy
They got a tuft.
bloodhound.
I am going to look back and make eye contact with Artemisia, if available, and Sarshan, because I don't know what Sarshan's doing now. But making sure he's not doing anything extremely dangerous seems wise.
Sarshan is... Sarshan catches your eye and then starts coming over toward you.
But I'm gonna like swoop out, and I'm still holding her book.
Okay.
I don't want to give it back yet.
You got the magic book.
Yeah.
You
I'm just
go
gonna
out,
I'm gonna get her something. It's fine. I'll be
do
right
you
back.
head out through the door, or do you misty step out through the window?
Okay. Where's the door?
There are doors here and here. There are only those 2 doors leading into this big room.
You know,
There are no doors
think,
along the north wall.
I think Cecilia is feeling itchy. I can't misty step because Stong can't come with me, so I'll go to the door.
Okay.
So okay, I got the door and I end up here.
All right.
Yeah, so
You
I think
wait-
Stong had just finished like restacking all of that poor woman's books with his mouth when you grabbed him.
Okay.
And as you grabbed him,
do you
maybe
still
like
have one in your mouth when she grabs you?
No, I think he would like release it, but then maybe that would cause like the stack to topple again or something.
Okay.
Okay.
But he's happy.
I'm
to go.
going to say to Stong, I think we need to check that body because everybody in there is going to say the same thing. They're all very concerned with like, well, I mean, any of them is going to say, oh, it could be anybody, because then, you know, why would you say, yeah, it totally could have been me.
Bark, bark. Yeah, they didn't seem to really know. Bark, bark. I think that we investigated all that we could in there. Bark,
They're
bark.
terrible witnesses. Let's go.
Sarshan
agree.
walks up to you as an elf and says something in common. And he's like, this is an inversion here.
This is a what?
This is an inversion. Usually I'm the wolf and everyone else is speaking, and he starts barking too.
Got it. It's okay. Stong's gonna stay this way for the moment. Just act casual. So if I just go up here, are they gonna let me in?
Okay. So the cleric holds up a hand and says, "Oh, my lady, the sweat room is off limits at the moment after the terrible tragedy that took place earlier."
I'm gonna look back at Sarshan like I can't believe this. I'm gonna look at him and go, I'm sorry, do you know who we are?
Sarshan says, "Yes. Do you know who we
It's okay,
are?"
I've got this. It's okay if you, I mean, you are so far from the city,
He
but
says, No, I apologize, my lady. I did not recognize you. Sarshan
You
is
know,
like,
it's kind of refreshing, actually. Someone who doesn't, know. It's kind of nice. Come on, roll. 15.
he says, yes, I'm sure it must be.
See, we're the heroes of Westgate. I mean, some of them. And
Oh.
you've had a murder, and just
You are here to solve that murder.
Yes,
Oh, well,
apparently.
by all
Hello,
means,
Raiders.
please enter if you think it would be of use. Thank you,
very
my
much.
lady.
Let us know if anybody, comes by wanting to also see the body. Just in case,
Of course.
Come on, Bloodhound. I can't
As
grab you.
Stong walks by, he's gonna look up at the priest and he's gonna make eye contact. And he's gonna give him a nod and then he's gonna walk in.
Okay. Sarshan also walks by the priest and gives him a nod and then walks in. So the three of you are in there.
All right.
You definitely handled that very well, said Zulia, he
Thank you.
says. So the body is draped on one of the benches. There are several benches and braziers, which are not actually lit at the moment. It's still somewhat humid in here, which Sarshan immediately goes, not a good place to store a body.
No, this seems like a really poor choice. So Stong reminded Cecilia to look at the young woman with her eldritch sight, and she realized she didn't actually check the body. So I'm gonna go ahead and do detect magic on the body.
Okay. It does not detect as magical. Which, make an insight check.
Well, bark, bark. I wonder if that means he was killed using conventional means. Bark, bark.
20.
Which seems odd to you because you have never met a noble heir or merchant prince who is not wearing at least one protected magical item.
Okay. So he wasn't protected, or his protective item got yanked before they stabbed him. Is there any... Okay, if I just search the body more thoroughly, less, politely, do I find anything?
Okay, make
Make a
a
different-
investigation with advantage.
Oh, it's rolling in deep in. That is a 21.
Nice.
Oh, all right, cool. So you're looking through, and you find a dagger,
Okay.
which is smeared with blood.
So they stashed the dagger on him.
I'm gonna
They
smell
give
the
it to
dagger.
Stong to smell.
Yeah,
Does it smell
smells
like
very
his
much like
blood?
that blood. Yeah, huh?
Bark, this is the murder weapon, I guess. Bark, bark. It's
Okay.
covered in his blood.
So did he
And-
stab himself?
As you're continuing to search impolitely,
He doesn't care. He's dead.
suddenly you hear this. That tickles.
Are you kidding me?
And the body's eyes flutter and it goes, "Wah!"
Is this Fayne?
Hello, Cecilia.
Oh my god,
Fayne
I slap her.
says. I understand that. I understand that.
What are you doing?
Oh man.
I was trying not to get caught. And it worked. Well, until I got caught by you. And
Get caught by whom?
by the Night Mask assassins that Scourge assured me were after me. Of course.
So you made magical darkness, turned yourself into someone else's. Where did the were you always the actual Lord Golder?
No. Actual
the
Lord
actual-
Golder was crushed by falling debris during an earthquake.
Oh my god. Fayne, I swear to god.
I mean, I happened to be in the room at the time. I was working. And I saw an
Bark.
opportunity, so I took it. And I mean, I had to get out of the room somehow. How else was I going to get out of the room? Use the door?
Yes, like a normal person.
Bark, bark. Ask her what she's doing here.
What are you doing here?
Is that Stong?
Bark,
That's
bark.
not your business.
Yes.
Fayne ruffles Stong's big mane.
Stong licks her hand. What does her hand taste like?
Regret.
Oh,
Nonsense.
Yeah.
a life of loneliness.
She says, well, obviously, I'm trying to inherit a merchant house. You want to go 50-50 on this?
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
40-60?
Into your
Do it.
really thought out con here. How are you gonna inherit a merchant house if the guy's dead?
I have a signet ring.
You
She
don't
holds
think
it.
anybody's gonna notice that you have the signet ring of the last Golder alive that was previously on his body, and now he's walking around again? Never mind.
know-
This is not important.
You do raise a good point.
The important thing is
Oh, well, don't need this
you
anymore.
have that goblet.
Most of what you just said is correct.
Which part? Do you have the goblet?
No.
Who has the goblet, Fayne?
I stashed it somewhere safe. Why are you looking for it?
The Night King is going to do a ritual to plunge Westgate into perpetual night. It's not gonna be good, and he needs that thing. And we've gotten rid of the part that Scourge still had. Now we need the part you took. So the Night King can't take it.
Wait. The Night King needs the Agral to perform a ritual that will cover this. Oh, my father is the worst.
Yeah, we all agree on that. 100%.
Bark,
He
bark.
didn't tell
absolutely.
me any of that.
What?
He just told me that it was important and that I should keep it away from the night masks.
Hey, bonus points for keep it away from the night masks. That will bring him up to like negative 80 billion, but
Oh, knowing him, he probably meant to like troll you with it or something. Like, ooh, I have the goblet. Don't you want the goblet? Ooh.
Stong is gonna tug
What
on
an ass.
Cecilia's the side of her dress.
yes.
Bark, bark. Ask her what it would take for her to give it to us.
What would it take for you to get it for us?
I hadn't expected that. I was expecting more that you take me prisoner and torture me, or just have me listen to Rogar's stories for a while until I finally agreed to give you the challenge.
I can make that joke, Fayne. You can't.
All right. Well, if it's to prevent the Night Mass from taking over the city and plunging it into darkness and probably making the lives of tens of thousands of people miserable, then I'd have to say 10,000 gold pieces.
10,000 gold pieces. You're one of those people, Fayne. Do you want to live in a city of perpetual night ruled by vampires? Do you want to deal with your dad sending you against the Night King to troll him? Because I think that's where this goes. Because I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna stick around,
8,000 gold pieces?
Fayne.
Bark, bark. 1 gold piece, and I'll give
Gold
you a
piece.
sheet of my music.
1 gold piece is Stong's new song. Ooh, Stong will write a song about you.
bark, what?
How's
Bark, go with this, buddy.
this? I take you to the Agral, I pay you 10 gold pieces, you don't give me one of Stong's songs.
Bark, bark. Deal. And we made 10. My songs only cost
it.
5 gold.
He keeps using this word agral. Have I heard that? Do I know that word?
Make Arcana check.
16.
Okay, so an agral is sort of a very archaic elven word in the realms for a chalice.
Okay.
Um,
She's just being kind of pretentious.
yeah.
Fair.
She says, well, anyway, I can take you to where I have stashed it if you think you'd be better at protecting. I don't want to be fighting the night mass myself. I'm sure you understand.
I'm just gonna turn to Stong and I'm gonna be like, bark, bark. Do we have a plan for this thing?
Bark, bark. Well, I'm sure Scourge will think of something.
Okay. Yes, let's do that.
Or maybe,
Is
you
it
know, maybe
new-
Shay. I don't know.
Is it near here? Bark, bark, worst case scenario, I banish it. It's not perfect.
Bark,
I'm
bark.
not
Ooh,
100%
good
sure
idea.
how long it will stay.
It is in one of my stash houses back in Westgate.
It's in Westgate and you left it there? Oh, jeez.
It's
Okay.
very carefully warded. No one that I don't trust implicitly can get in there. And I don't trust anyone implicitly except myself most of the time. Which is why I'll have to take you.
Okay.
And then you will protect it, yes?
That's the plan.
Sounds like a deal.
Bark,
She's gonna
bark.
look-
So
I should look at Stong.
Stong like rears back on his hind legs and he raises his paw like to shake.
Who's a
bark.
good doggy? Who's a good dog?
Cecilia, I think this is a good idea, but ask for the 10 gold now.
We need 10 gold up front. You burned us too many times, Fayne.
Would you like this? She hands you the golder signet ring.
Bark, bark.
Worth at least 10 gold.
Yeah.
Wow,
All right, we'll take it.
It's probably worth 50. Although, you know, with the economy being as it is in Westgate, you'd probably be lucky to get 25 for it from a respectable fence. Unless you go with the black market, in which case you might get 30.
Okay, we have
Who murdered
two-
Lord Galder? We don't know, but we know who has his signet ring.
We got 2 things to deal with now. Well, I have one question and then we have a problem to solve.
Sure, of course.
Question,
Yeah.
Fayne, have you
Mhm.
heard of the Golden Raven?
Is that like a really valuable piece of sculpture?
Can we make an insight check?
Yeah.
Because I don't trust Fayne to just like not just like lie to my face. I don't trust anybody not to lie to my face usually.
Yeah.
21.
Nice.
She seems legitimately to not know what that is. Is that like a Rashimi thing?
Yep, that's it.
I see.
You passed the test.
Aha.
So second problem, Lord Golder's body is sitting in this steam room.
Well,
Are you
only
just gonna hang out?
only until I leave.
Yeah. So here's the thing: when we leave, that body needs to still be here.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't worry
You're just
about it.
gonna hang out in the steam room, have a little bit of a steam.
It's very comfortable. Actually, I
See, I'm not
Can
totally
I-
confident
can I
you're
borrow
not gonna
your-
run off.
can I borrow your lad friend?
No.
Oh, it's not for anything like that. I just wanted him to eat me. Wait, it's not for
What?
anything like that either. I mean,
What is
Fayne?
happening?
I wanted
Swear
to
to
ex-
God.
I
was
wanted
like,
to
PG-13.
Summon
I
my
wanted
axe.
to explain. You summon your axe. She's all okay. I wanted to explain the absence of Lord Golder's body by a rogue wolf getting in here and eating it.
Ugh.
And Sarshan says,
ugh.
I am willing to pretend to have eaten a pretend body
Oh my god.
if it will help us save Westgate.
Mm.
But it's ultimately Cecilia's decision. Sarshan says.
I don't want to be a part of this. That's disgusting.
It is ultimately
I also
Stong's decision.
do
Sarshan
not want to
says.
ask the question of whether Sarshan has ever eaten a person.
Oh, that is a
Don't wanna
good
know.
question.
Don't want to know, and that's not popped in my head. Thank you, Fayne.
Yeah. Maintain the mystery.
Yeah, yeah. Don't poop in front of each other, and
Yep.
don't ask if you've ever cannibalized someone. I
Exactly.
think these are just generally good relationship rules.
Yep.
Oh, Fayne like draws a circle in the condensation on the wall.
Wait, this doesn't solve the problem though, because then you're just gonna turn into a half-eaten body, and the
Oh,
wolf
no.
runs out. Like,
Oh no, he would have dragged the body away. There'll be a blood trail and everything. No problem.
Bark, bark, bark. Ask her what her plan would have been if we hadn't come here.
yeah, what is
How
your
does she
plan?
get
What
out?
was your plan without us?
Like, well, yeah, who's gonna eat you?
It's complicated. I would have figured something out.
Oh my god. Okay, Fayne, here's my question. Can you make yourself invisible?
Yes.
Okay, make yourself invisible. And we'll just tell
Turns
them
invisible.
there's no body in here, and they can, and some magical effect happened. This was all a trick of
A wizard did it.
A wizard did it, exactly. Clearly an evil wizard. You should
See?
look into enchanters. They're particularly terrible.
See? I knew we had so much in common,
And then-
Cecilia. This is
and-
like a plan I would have come up with.
All right, you can stop that and follow me out closely. And I'm just actually gonna hold on to her really tight because I'm pretty sure she's gonna try to run.
Ah.
I'm
She
gonna
feels really, really slender, like skeletally thin. Like if you squeezed hard, you would break her wrist. You feel like,
I've held Artemisia's hand before. This doesn't feel weird.
yeah, kind of comparable.
I'm gonna have my axe out. I'm gonna jump out and I'm going to. Is the cleric still there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Where did he go?
What?
The body is gone. It was a trick. It was a
Sergeant
magical effect.
bursts out the other door. He's like, the body, it is gone.
Stone can't lie, so he's gonna be like, bark, bark. Oh my god, we're lying. They can't understand me.
I think this is a work of one of our enemies, an evil enchanter. You should search the woods. Did this work at all? I got the 13.
Pin it on
But
your
not
dad.
east. Search the woods, but not east of the.
I'm sorry, Brokar. I don't know what's happening in
Oh,
the
right.
east, so your trust may be interrupted. Oh wait, do I have I do have an inspiration. I feel like I want to re-roll that.
Yeah, go
Because a
ahead.
13 is very unimpressive for that.
Cool.
not go any
Kool-Aid
better.
the Red suggested.
It's a 12.
It's a trick. Get an axe. Army of Darkness.
You can
joke.
see for yourself.
Yeah. They look inside. There's no body, and they're like, "Huh, what is happening?" And the other one says, "Is Lord Golder's body no longer there? Is Lord Golder really alive?" And the other priest looks at him like, "What? No."
Lord Golder, I thought he died in the fall of Westgate.
Fane's like, "Oh,
I think this has all been a dastardly trick.
you can let them have a little bit of ambiguity. Giving too much detail is a terrible way to con people."
Not giving them
Sorry,
any
backseat con
info.
are
I'm just gonna yank her arm because I'm not gonna spoil this by talking to nobody.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, the priests get panicky, and then they start going around shouting for people to come and help
All
with
right.
the search.
I'm gonna drag Fayne out of here, and
Fayne says, "Oh, it must be wonderful being a hero, and people just do what you say."
it's occasionally
Bark,
convenient.
bark, it is.
It's amazing what you can accomplish when people just believe you.
Listen, I worked hard to get good enough at lying about stuff so people would believe me. This is a craft.
You know what? I believe you, Cecilia, she says.
Oh my god. I'm gonna, as we walk, try to catch Artemisia's eye. And possibly like bang on the window as we go by.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Artemisia obviously notices you.
Well, and she's not having any fun, so.
No, that
she's
place
hold it.
sounds awful right now.
I gotta. It's my sister. I gotta go. So she's gonna come out the next door to try to.
Thaddeus was trying to chat you up again, despite you shooting him down multiple times. Like his wisdom score is not very high. Anyway, all right.
Thaddeus.
Okay. All right. So you're
No, hold
all
up, be
you're all
like, I got
together there.
Fayne.
Who
Yeah,
is-
there is a conspicuous
Invisible, right?
space between
But I'm doing like this.
Hi Artemisia, Fayne says.
Where's Sturge?
Where
okay.
is Scourge?
You're
Where's Shay?
Stall's gonna sniff around
really is your fault. No.
for Sturge.
Oh, you found out, huh? Yeah, he's the worst. Did you know he was placing the entire city of Westgate in peril?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Probably for the laugh. Oh, Oh no, this is probably to do with that stupid story thing of his. Oh, that makes sense.
Stupid story.
Lilton would like us to be entertaining and tell a good story.
Oh,
He wants an
We're
epic story of heroes rescuing Westgate. If he has to manufacture the danger himself, he will.
So, well, now we have Fayne. I mean, do we want to like put her somewhere so she can't get away?
Yeah, I would like to go straight to the goblet, honestly. But
Oh,
I'm
yes.
willing to hear.
What about
suggestions.
the murderer?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Fayne?
there's no murder. I forgot that part. Fayne was Lord Golder the whole time. It was a trick.
It was a really good trick, Vane says. And oh, yes, mother, please chain me up. I have been
Ew.
such a naughty,
no,
naughty little.
Fayne. Never. Out of your mouth.
I hate her so much.
Is Stong gonna bark something? He looks like
Yeah, although I'm sort of like stunned by that chain of events. But
At that moment, Sarshan leans over to Cecilia. You know, I have never eaten anyone, but I could eat her if you like.
No, but
And Fane's
I'm
like,
glad to hear
no. And
Okay.
Sarshan gives you this little wolfy grin.
Everybody stop. We have lost 3 of our party members. We have to get Fayne somewhere secure and also get this goblet. And Stong, were you going to say something or did you like eat a thistle? I can't tell.
bark, bark, bark. Yeah, actually, so now that we have his signet ring, did that lady who smelled like him have some sort of like actual relationship to him? Because should the signet ring go to her?
That seems like a good idea.
Bark, bark, bark. It would be the right thing to do.
well, why don't we put Fayne in the ring, and then
That's a good idea.
we can find everybody.
You can talk to your dad. Pop her in, Artemisia.
Put me in where?
Yeah, Artemisia's gonna like find some piece of her that she can like yank and then take her into the ring. So the ring falls just like on the ground, and then Artemisia is like back with it on her finger pretty immediately.
I like what Chat said. Like you basically sent her to horny jail.
Honk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess we could give. This was what she gave us for payment, but I don't actually care that much about her paying us, just giving us the things. So, you know, not endless night, and maybe we stop these time loop things. So, I guess I'll go give it to her. She's gonna want her book back, though. What is this book?
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Mhm.
I was dealing with the nobles. If this should go to somebody back in there, I can take it, and then
Okay.
we need to find
You
everything.
take it, and we'll snoop on this book some. So give it
Bark,
to her.
bark, bark. And yeah, I'm
Lady
gonna
Bear.
sit here and work on my posture because we have a posture check.
Okay. You're gonna give the Golder ring to the woman with the books.
Narratively must be pregnant, but maybe.
Nestus. I mean, it is a fantasy story. Okay. Artemisia gives her the ring, or Cecilia gives her the ring. Okay.
No, I go give her the ring.
oh,
She's going her
okay.
book back, and I haven't figured out the book. So Artemisia gives her the ring.
Okay. Artemisia, you hand her the ring. She looks at it. She says, "Oh,
My friend said that this should go to you. I'm
Oh,
so sorry for your loss.
I see. Thank you." I shall remember this kindness.
Don't ask about your book. Bye.
Tell your friend to enjoy the book and be careful what page she opens it to.
Interesting.
Wanted to be nosy. Now I really want to keep it.
Well, Artemisia is gonna relay that when she gets back to Cecilia.
Okay.
So you have her book.
I'm just really curious because it looks like a storybook, but it's magical.
She says be careful what page you open it to. So maybe
Okay.
this is a book that you don't want to be having.
Yeah, see, we have like a surfeit right now of like or surplus of sketchy magical books. So that almost makes me want to just give it back. I feel like Cecilia would be like, oh, that's not fun anymore. I'll give it back. But also, I want to know what's the deal with this fairy tale book that I have to be careful about what page I opened it to. So maybe I'll just put it in
What page exactly?
Yeah.
You gonna open it, or are you gonna investigate more safely?
I'm gonna put it in my bag for now.
Okay.
I want to know what's up with the tiefling lady though.
Okay. So maybe we'll put that into part 3 of the, since it's 9 o'clock. So, is there anything else you want to establish before we go to our little epilogue?
I want to know if Scourge is dead. I want you to go back and film what happened to Scourge. As just a player, I'm really curious because I thought she was the murderer and she was going to attack Scourge. So now I want to know what happened.
All right. So,
Yeah, I thought she was.
so you follow the
Suspicious.
bloodhound to where he smells Scourge. Yes, that makes sense, I think.
Mhm.
And you find yourselves, I'll just go ahead and move you, outside this door.
Now, didn't her husband go out looking for her? The hot-headed duelist?
He was her betrothed, theoretically.
Was.
Doesn't kick him to the curb.
Anyway, so you find yourselves outside this door to the large room that the priest offered to Artemisia at first, but it was plainly used, like people were staying there, and so now you are
Just take a
here
small room.
outside this door, and you hear voices from inside.
Does it sound like a Scourge voice?
One of the voices does sound like a Scourge voice, and you hear loud sounds from inside.
Bark, bark, bark.
Scourge, are you in
Scourge is
danger?
here.
What's the nature of the loud sounds?
Well, they sound mostly like cries and like grunts of effort, like that kind of thing.
Okay, knowing Scourge, that seems dangerous because I don't think he's messing around with this girl. So I'm gonna throw the door open.
Okay. You throw the door open, not knowing what to expect, and you see the two of them sitting cross-legged on the bed next to each other, throwing cards down between each other.
Okay.
And the tiefling lady goes, not again. And Scourge goes,
Stom wants to bound onto the bed and lick his face. Lick Sturge's face.
Is this obviously Stone?
yes.
Does it have a little dragon hide collar?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, nice.
And the big black mane.
This is great. He's licking my face. Good dog. You can lick my ear, my face. Stay away from my face, please. I wish. Yes.
I do so. What does his ear taste like?
George, what does your ear taste like?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Salty, sweaty. Actually, it probably tastes a lot like the whatever water or that mineral water he was bathing in.
Oh, nice.
The vomitous mineral water.
That's right. It tastes a little bit like vomit. Nelly. We were just enjoying a bit of what you call it, rummy. It is, I think. She introduced it to me.
Yes, and how are you winning every hand?
It's just luck.
You only have the one hand.
Bark, bark. He's a cheater.
Says, and your dog is adorable.
I know he is. He's a very good doggy, but we're going to have to put him out. He has to go. That's what he does when he needs to go.
Yep.
Oh, don't have him go in here.
No. Come on, let's go. Both of you.
Oh,
Yeah, Stone gets
I'm
off the bed.
leaving now. All right then.
She's gonna like look at Sturge and be like, we came what we got for. We got what we came for.
Well, Sturge will stand and he'll give a nice bow to Ein and say, "It's been a pleasure. I hope you will consider yourself my friend in the future, and we'll have to. I'll show you a few tricks to win card games."
Very well. Yes, I shall look forward to it.
As will I. And
Games
he
in
will
the ring.
excuse himself. And oops, now he's under sortion. Oops.
It's one way to exit a room, I guess.
Is Fayne there? Am I seeing Fayne in that group?
Nope.
No,
Nope.
just as you come by, Setsai's go. We put Fayne in the ring.
Oh, how did she let you do that?
Not technically.
No.
Sort of.
Can I go in there with her?
That's up to Artemisia. Can start to go in your ring.
First, let me change into something.
For what purpose?
I mean, it's to mess with Fayne is the answer, right? That's the answer.
Have a little
she's
private time with.
Oh, thank you, Randy.
Aw?
Randy just gifted a bunch of tier 1 subs to various viewers in the chat.
Nice. So yeah, but I think if we can leave it at that if you want. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Bark, bark. Where's Rogar?
A wonderful question.
And it is at that moment that Rogar and Ruin, you're still moving through the woods. And it kind of clears out. You come to this path. We'll just move the map. And you think you see Shay ahead of you, and then she just kind of disappears somewhere. And you come upon a sort of narrow path. It looks like a trail up along the mountain, like a walk that you can see the sunset. And there's this kind of like rubble choked passage just to the side. You think maybe, like, it doesn't look like someone could have just fit through there, but you can vaguely see inside, and there's something shadowy in there, like a shadowy space. So perhaps Shay teleported in there.
So, OOC just gonna time check where like 9 and 10. Is this a good place to stop? Like the mystery of it, or like should I proceed? Like, and Shay, Ali, would you be willing to jump in next week if you?
if it comes to that, I'm absolutely happy to.
Yes.
Okay. What? So, how do you feel, Eric? I should continue.
Yes. Continue.
Okay.
This is the epilogue cliffhanger.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
No
All right.
worries.
Okay, so that looks very shadowy and suspicious. I mean, I have dark vision, but that doesn't penetrate the darkness really?
No, it doesn't seem to.
Ruin, do you have some sort of like light magic?
Well, I can conjure light,
Banish darkness kind of thing. I could dispel magic. I'm a little cautious to go in there. Last time we were nearly eaten by a grue. Trolls.
I thought it was sleep rats.
Trolls and a vampire. And a were-tiger. That was it. I was trying to remember, what was it the last time it was like a really dark shadow?
Vampire were-tiger.
A vampire were-tiger. Aye, that was it.
I could explore on my own and come back and tell you what I found.
I'm not letting you out of my sight. So, okay.
So Ruin kind of extends his stick in through
Okay.
amongst the rubble,
Aye.
and it reaches a point and it just like goes into blackness.
Hmm.
And then he pulls it back out. The stick's still there. It's just
Okay,
an area of inky blackness.
I'll try sort of casting dispel magic at it.
Okay.
I'll cast it at 4th level. So let's see.
Okay, it's fine.
So-
That actually ends the darkness effect, but you can't
Okay.
really see very well into there anyway.
All right, by Sharndlar's light, be gone, magic, and you can't see. Okay,
You can
So-
see a little bit into there, and then it just becomes naturally dark and hard to see through because, like, the rocks are against each other. You would have to
Alright.
clear the way in.
all right. I hold my I hold my shield before me, and I'll say, love hurts, love harms, love stings, hammer harsh, and my hammer of love manifests above me, glowing softly, and I say, stay behind me, ruin, but like stay behind me, and then I proceed forward cautiously into the passage.
Okay, like I said, there's too much rubble, and you
Oh.
need to move it out of the way to get through.
Oh, sorry. All right. Well, I will. Even with freedom of movement. All right. I will.
Yeah, it's like just enough of a
blocked.
crack for you to like see through, just
got
faintly.
Apologize. I missed that somehow. I was
Yeah.
focused. So I will, stone shape.
Yeah, that you
the
could do.
rock out of my way. So, right. Stone. Move at my command, and I mold it to the sides to clear the passage.
Okay. You head inside, and sure enough, you find a cave with a number of bloodstains and skeletons and scratches all over the walls. And
Those
you
swell.
see an unconscious Shay there.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Shay?
Yeah,
How
like she's fallen down onto her knees and is holding something.
I rush to her side and, summoning up holy power from within me to cast cure magics. And I eyeball what's in her hand.
Cure magics. You mean like a cure wound spell?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast
Okay.
a cure wound spell.
Cool. She
that's-
this little wrought golden orb is sitting in her hand,
Oh, okay. Fayne's golden orb. All right.
and then she looks over at you, and her eyes have gone bloodshot, like the eyes of a berserk monster.
okay. I used the
And
hammer.
then she grins at you, her teeth
Oh.
like a forest of fangs.
Oh, how did I get the nasty fangs?
Yeah.
And that's all the time we have for tonight. So,
Of course. Okay.
thank you for coming with us on this journey. I have been Erik Scott to be the DM of this campaign. We've had our guest player, Allie Pitchford. Say something, Allie.
It's been fun. And actually, I did have to say that we do these charities, or at least we we talk about charities at least in our various episodes. And I believe this week, once again, we are talking about the National Center for Transgender Equality. They're a advocacy group that advocates change policies and society to increase understanding and acceptance of transgender people. And if you need more information and you want to check them out, donate. All of the info is down in the little doobly-doo down below. Little link to the page, so you can go in there and check them out.
Awesome. Take it away, Aaron.
I'm Erin M. Evans. You can find me on Twitter at Erin M. Evans. You can also watch me on twitch.tv/CNE Games on Monday at 11 for Champions of Lore with B. Dave Walters and Trevor Bettis. And you can check out our sponsors, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, at idlechampions.com.
I've been Rhiannon Held. Thank you tonight to our moderators, Mardug and Seldering, I believe, was here earlier. She had to leave though. And since we're all authors, you might like to check out our books, and you can do that from the Amazon widget that's on our Twitch page, or dungeonscholars.com also has a little bit about all our different books. So take a look and try some of them out.
Hi, I'm Yinging Wang, and right now I'm about to close the entries for the Jumbo Die giveaway, and now we're going to pick a winner.
Dun, dun, dun.
It is not letting me pick right now, so I
Too
am
long
going to
a drum roll.
reload this screen while anticipation is building.
And do you want to say your part while he does that?
Anticipation. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm Randy Henderson.
Ah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Check out our Discord, where we have awesome chats about the game, about gaming, about writing, about books, about movies and films and hobbies and painting figurines and everything else that's cool and nerdy and fun. So join us over there. And then, and you'll also find awesome little side fictions from Aaron about young Cecilia, and Erik and Artemisia, or Rhiannon and myself. You ever play with someone so long that you just call them by their character names instead of like their real name? Anyway, yeah. And then, go ahead.
Before you say the closeout, I'm like, we jumped Steven.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
also the winner.
Yes, I wasn't gonna say it. Thank you.
Sorry, Steven. I'm just gonna jump in because it's already been announced. It's in chat. The bot automatically puts it to chat, and our winner for this week is Torvi. Congratulations! I'm gonna be DMing you in a moment with the redemption instructions.
Right on. I'm Stephen Molina. You can find our past videos on our YouTube channel, linked on our Twitch page below. Be sure to click subscribe to support us and the bell to get notified as we add new content.
And until next time, stay scrawly.